And there we go.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Is
Hi.
there anybody out there to say hi to?
There's
There's
5
no one.
watching,
There's 5.
which is probably mostly us.
Yeah,
I don't think
Probably.
it's us.
panel.
Dead air.
I don't know. There is 5 on the panel. Maybe it does count the panel.
I think it does.
Well, I mean, if you have it open in the screen, like if you have the side chat open, then yeah, it would. But I mean,
That makes sense. Yeah.
even still, people will come, and if they don't, you still get. Oh, there we go, 6.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
then it
that's
went
me.
down.
See, there's Dartman
Hey.
101.
Hey, Dart Man.
Dart Man.
Hey,
Woo!
Dartman.
But even still, 5 people watching for 2 hours. That still brings up your watched minutes.
Oh, fuck. I was looking at that. I'm like a 10th of where I would need to be to monetize. So it ain't happening.
Yeah. I don't think live stream counts either.
It does, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it does.
you need a ridiculous
4,000 watched hours. So
Yeah, 240,000 minutes.
But is it 4,000 for the month, or is it like an annual thing? Or
It's an annual thing.
okay,
Yeah.
you should be able to do that annually.
but you have to hit that first before you can monetize. So
Well, you need 1,000 subs first. Well, he's got it, so he's good.
Oh yeah, I got the subs, but I don't get anywhere near the views. Like last year, I would do 2 videos a week and a live stream, and I only made it halfway. I got about 130,000 minutes.
Well, Prairie, you need to crash more, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
yeah,
That's-
don't crash more.
Yeah, we
because
don't. We don't want that.
He knows I'm kidding. That seems to be where all the views are, though.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
You need something big. Like you need some kind of exciting video.
So what you need to do is you need to go on the highway and then find the nearest transport truck and slide underneath it. There you go.
There's an idea.
Millie?
You know what would be cool is, well, around here, there's a lot of farm equipment, and there's sprayers which have a really high clearance. I think I could actually ride my bike right underneath it.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the funeral.
You ain't coming to my funeral.
I would be there. It would give me an
Well, the
excuse
problem
to
is
go that
nobody
direction.
would know.
Yeah, this is true.
They just, where's Prairie? Where did he go? Oh, find out a couple years later. Oh yeah, he died.
Well, you know that has happened where you find out that someone's just went missing and you have no idea where. What was it? There was somebody looking for a female motovlogger a while back, and no one ever figured out what happened with her. She just one day vanished.
Now that's Canadian Moto Gal,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
apparently she was on Facebook.
Oh, well, there you
So
go.
she's alive, but I don't know. In the comments, a girl said that she thinks she found her, but yeah, I don't know.
That's weird, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't buy that because, I mean, she was a really friendly, like a nice person, and she made a lot of friends while she was doing this, and a lot of them have tried to get in contact with her, and she didn't reply to anybody. So, I don't know, it seems like really out of character for her.
Yeah, it does. She was really friendly.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hear someone's at the airport.
No. I live near the Air Force Base.
Free Rider, I think I emailed you the link, man.
I even texted to him.
He's always entertaining.
He is. If he doesn't get the views for you,
Holler.
Hey, what's up, Holler?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, Grandpa.
Grandpa. Oh my God.
What's going on, everybody?
what's up, Holla? Holla.
Well, you know, another wonderful fucking day in paradise.
Uh-oh.
Sounds like a good day.
I don't want to be awake. I want to go back home, go back to bed. It's some bull fucking shit.
I don't blame you.
It's
I
being
actually
an
chose
adult.
to-
It sucks.
Yeah, for the first time ever, I chose to drive my mom's car instead of taking my bike someplace. It's so stupid.
Well, did you get your bike fixed there?
Oh no, it's not fixed yet. I still have to find. Well, one person tells me I should be able to bend the handlebars back by using heat, and the other person's like, "Well, you don't do that. You have to leave. You have to buy new handlebars." So I don't know.
Well,
Buy some handlebars.
you can bend them back. You don't even have to use heat. You can bend them back. You don't have to use fucking
Well,
heat.
it depends. How badly are they bent?
They moved probably about 2 inches.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if it's folded, you need heat because it'll stress that metal out.
Don't use heat. Just bend them back. But you're never going to bend them back to where they were, and it's always going to feel weird.
So buy new ones because they're only $150.
Buy new ones because they're only $150.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hit a scrapyard. Maybe they got some bikes there.
Yeah, maybe. That is a possibility. I've also been keeping my eyes open on eBay for cheaper replacement lamps.
Well, and like the FZ07s and FZ08s, FZ09s, a lot of people swap those handlebars out for Moto handlebars so they can do better wheelies and shit like that. So maybe they'll catch them on eBay. Somebody's selling a brand new set.
That's true. You might even be able to ask on Instagram, and somebody will have one.
Because hell, fucking Jake. I mean, that's what Jake did. He swapped out his handlebars. What's up, buddy?
What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god.
Wow, that was pretty fucking intense right there, buddy. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. $40, but shipping $30. You bastards.
God,
And Jexus and Mothman.
Hey.
Now they're coming.
Mossman.
What's up, Mothman? How's that Jixer running?
Oh,
She's running sweet.
I don't know if he should be more
already?
offended because he's got an E2, or I should be more offended because I have a Jixer.
Is the suction cup strap-on still a poppy to the seat?
Oh boy.
It's an ongoing thing with Mothman. We always talk about each other's bikes, but he does have a sweet bike.
you know, just one time I would love to do a hangout with having a sexual reference with Jixers, dildos, and up your butt stuff.
It'll never happen.
Okay.
No, it'll never happen.
Holler. They have crochet hangouts, okay, or needlepoint, and they will not be discussing anything.
You've never been to a needlepoint gathering, have you?
I imagine them bitches are probably fucking freaky as fuck. They probably talking about oversized butt plugs and shit.
Wouldn't doubt it.
My mom, bless her soul.
They're all knitting penis cozies.
My mom belonged to a quilting group called Stitch and Bitch, and they drank and bitched and a little quilting. And
hey, speaking of ass play stuff, I still got that glove there, Free Rider. I hung it on my wall. Even with the little tip colored in.
Oh yeah, that's right. I took a Sharpie and took the middle finger and then a yellow highlighter, and I was trying to make artwork. I had eaten Mexican and Chinese, and then did a dip and stick. So yeah, little home crafts. I like to do home crafts.
Oh God.
You dipped your stick.
Yeah,
It sounds like a common occurrence.
That's what I heard.
It was a chopstick, so it's not much. Mostly just hangs there at my age. So.
Well, you saw my Instagram post with that big long screwdriver.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the length of your screwdriver; it's how well it screws.
And you saw my response. Ask the ladies, okay? Size matters, okay? They'll tell you. They'll be nice and say, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine." Yeah, no. It's.
Well, you know, they say it's not the motion it's not the size of the boat; it's the motion in the ocean. But it takes a really long time to cross the Atlantic in a canoe.
There's a Black Hawk.
I heard this other good saying. You know how people always say it's greener on the other side? I heard this old man say, but it took a lot of cow shit to make it green.
Sounds about right.
Man. So I'm fine. What?
Uh-oh.
We heard that whisper.
I finally got that BMW running.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was checking that out.
For now.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I put that sensor in, and it ran for like maybe 3 minutes, and then the serpentine belt bird nested. Like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
So you want to be your own mechanic.
It's one thing after another.
So you want to own a BMW?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not mine. It's my son's. I'm trying to help him.
Now you know how jigsaw riders feel.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Prairie.
Yeah. Y'all, one of my recent videos, y'all can check him out wrenching on it in Texar 6's man cave in the lift. Mm-hmm. And that was a total of maybe 2.5 minutes out of the 11 hours you worked on that bike.
Yeah.
Car.
We changed the clutch, the flywheel, the main seal. We did a lot of work on it.
Now, just describe what you had to take out first before you even got to work, as it were. I know the drive shaft had to come out.
Well, the whole exhaust system, the drive shaft.
Exhaust, then the drive shaft.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the heat shields. It was about 2 hours just getting everything off before you could get to the actual work.
There he is. All right. Get it over
The
with.
flashlight don't sound right.
Yeah, if it squeaks like that, you gotta wash it.
You got to spit in it.
All right, buddy.
He wanted his debut for singing.
Oh yeah, he would just do that the entire live stream.
Yep.
Because he can he knows when he's on camera. It's pretty funny. So
Sounds about right.
just like his dad, just won't shut up.
Well, I invited you.
You do every time. I don't know why. Do you have a masochistic streak, or is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you came on. Now there's 8 watching, but there's like 8 on the panel. So
Yeah. So I heard when
I'm not watching.
They don't count the watching. They don't count the people on the panel as watching anymore. So there's actually 8 people watching.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
That's good news.
yeah, that's good to know.
Now, Prairie, you got to sit up for a second because the thumbnail's across the bottom. I can't see your beard. Can you? Does that end? Does the beard ever end? Or
Yes, the beard ends. Actually, it stopped growing. It hasn't gotten any longer than this in a couple of months.
You know, because you look like one of those old Russian Orthodox Christians from the 1870s. You know.
No, but now he's trying to grow his pubes up and catch up with the beard.
And I'll tie them together.
You're gonna braid them together?
It's too bad I don't have a hairy chest, because then I could just keep it going.
And then you wear one of those mankinis, bright yellow mankinis. So it's just V and hair, all just.
But you got to shave the beard. They come down to a V to match.
Oh yeah. You got to shape the mankini goes like this. The beard comes like this.
The beard
a
down to the ball throw.
A ball throw. A little porthole for the belly button.
That's awesome. Well, it's something to think about anyway.
Yeah,
I might just shave it off.
Actually, keep growing it, and then we can go to Canada and film you and say we found Sasquatch.
Wow, that's rude.
Same squanch.
I mean, it's July in Canada, so it's almost winter, right?
Yeah, Sarah, it's all about the views, man.
Yeah, if I made a video say I'm going to shave it on a live stream, I might actually get 10 viewers.
Right?
You know what you could do to get more viewers? Offer to do it if you raise a certain amount of money, you'll shave on live stream. That's one guy did, and it was kind of cool. He raised at a bike event. He raised like $6,000.
Nice.
They said as soon as they got to a certain point that he would shave it off, and he did. Shaved off his beard at the event.
Wow, with 9 watching, that's going to be a lot of heavy pairs.
I know. You'd have to advertise it ahead of time. You know, like at a bike event.
He made a whole $8. Somebody wouldn't pay up, the bastard.
So what's new? Anyone working on anything new?
Well, I'm working.
I know, that's cool. That job you got is awesome.
The job was unbelievable, and the funny thing is, they liked the fact that I was a content creator and worked with Sony Vegas, because part of my job is going to be learning the program called Avid, which is the TV end of video editing and all of that. So, in a strange kind of way, even though I have like 3 subs and 2 views, it helped get the job. So,
Nice.
it's all good. But and they said on the first meeting, the first day, they said, we understand there's a lot of software and hardware you have no idea about, all the video editing and transmission and all of that end of it. And it's like, we understand, don't worry.
Tomorrow, show them your Pornhub subscription.
Yeah, I let that run out just before I got the job. It's like, I don't think that's gonna, But I did cut off all my social media to friends only when I started the job search. I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, nowadays they check that out.
Yeah, they do. So
I know we do.
I'll be back.
You better. We're not done abusing you, Holler. Get back here.
Oh, he'll be back to holla.
Oh.
Seraphina, how have you been?
Do you want the long story or the short version of what happened this week?
I'm all ears. Your choice. Flip a coin. Rock, paper, scissors.
Go for it.
Okay. I'll go with the short version. Monday, found out I lost my job. It's just going to sound like a country western song, okay? Just saying. Monday, I lost my job. Tuesday, I crashed my bike. And Wednesday, I got a cold. Yay. Fuck yeah.
Oh.
So, no, it's been eventful. But, I mean, at least I have a bike still. And losing my job is making me focus on building my business, so...
So now you're playing that record backwards. It's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I still have the cold though. Fuck.
It's all fun and games till you're dancing on amateur night.
You know what? That wouldn't. I'd probably make more money. And I have lost some weight, so maybe that'll work.
It didn't work for Prairie Boy.
No.
They
Nobody
paid,
wants to see this shit.
they paid him to get off the stage.
That's what I do. I get naked and get on the stage and say, I'm not leaving until you give me money.
All the people there that are usually giving the dollars, like, you need to give me $1. I had to see that.
That's how I met him. He was main eventing at the Gristle House.
They got therapists off stage there. So.
Prairie handcuffs himself to the pole and throws the key in the audience.
Do you guys ever feel that way when you have, like, say, like $21 bills and you're trying to pay for something? And you're like, I swear, I have a regular job. This is just all I had. It's like a mental thing, you know?
$20 is $20.
Now, That brings up a funny story. Back in the day, and this is in the 80s, when I lived in Connecticut, I was in the tree business, and after work, along outside of Hartford, along Route 15, were just nothing but strip joints, and I mean high class, sweet strip joints, beautiful women, the whole 9 yards. No, we went to a place called the Torchlight, which was amateur night every night.
Mothman.
You're horrible, Mothman.
Jesus Christ.
Who did it?
Sorry.
Mothman.
Go on.
So, the ladies were not that good looking. And so what we would do is we'd have our dollar bills, but we wouldn't put them in front of us. We'd sneak around and put it in front of our buddy. And she'd come sidling over to him, and he would give us the dirty look. So that was the trick, to see if we could get somebody to come over with the nasty girls dancing. So, yeah.
Nasty girl. Nasty girl.
You're just mean.
Yeah, the strip club near here, I went there once years ago. And I wish I hadn't, because it was horrible.
And you still remember it, don't you?
I still remember it because it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
It's hard to get crabs out of a beard.
God, I swear to God. And like,
Jesus
she
Christ.
just had a baby. Like, she had a baby that day.
He speaks from experience.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Oh, you gotta love that pouch.
Oh God, it was just
Looks like a roadmap of
folds and lines and wrinkles and gaping and.
Oh God! Okay, come on, stop. I gotta cook dinner here soon.
I'm pretty sure I saw Jimmy Hoffa actually.
I like when they bend over and you can count the cigarette burns. Oh, yeah. Like play connect a dot with them.
You are
How
a
you doing?
one-twisted individual. You realize this.
So, Mrs. Peaches, were you about to eat ravioli and tomato sauce?
No, but I was gonna make homemade spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Not no more.
I just threw that.
Nothing ever stops spaghetti.
Oh yeah, it does.
Except for keto diet. That's the only thing that stops it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, or my doctor who said, "Yeah, low carb diet for you, you old fuck." So.
Yeah, I got that too. Except for my physiotherapist.
Yep.
And he didn't call me an old fuck.
It'd be weird if he did.
He was actually quite nice. Though telling me about the diet while he had his hands on my legs was kind of awkward because he was my masseuse.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We had the most straightforward conversations in the most awkward of situations. Just saying.
Just hand on your knee.
Higher.
I am not redheaded.
Higher.
No, it was, please let that sheet stay in place. Please let that sheet stay in place.
Did he keep going until the leg stopped?
Oh, God.
Next time, wear gloves.
Free Rider's getting moist over there.
Here we go.
All the way to heaven, right?
The treasure trail.
Heaven. I'm in heaven.
Yeah, that wasn't happening.
To that nude beach.
What?
Those.
Oh yeah, nude beach with senior citizens. It's like, wow, that liver spot looks like Mickey Mouse.
It's never, that's the whole thing, what you imagine and reality.
Yeah.
No, those are people that shouldn't be on.
I shared a couple pictures from a nude beach, and it was very disturbing. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I was at Palm of Spain one year, and it's topless, and I realized, everybody's welcome. That's right.
Yeah, it's not America's Next Top Model contestant.
Yeah, it's not what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
As Ron White would say, unroll one of those titties, let me see them.
Like,
Grandma, pick it up. You're about to trip.
It's not wrong.
When all you need is the bottoms of a two-piece to have a one-piece,
yeah,
they hang it low.
That's sexy level times 10.
Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of old boobs, I got a joke for you guys.
Oh boy.
Okay, so this old couple, they're about 80 years old or so, live alone, live their little quiet life, and the husband has a heart attack and dies. So the wife, she's really depressed, and she decides she wants to join her husband. She decides she's going to shoot herself in the heart. So she goes to the doctor, and for some minor ailment, and she figures, I'll just ask him where it is. And she said, okay, doctor, where in my body is my heart? And the doctor said, well, on a woman, it's just below the left breast. So she's like, okay. And then later that night, she was admitted into the emergency room with a gunshot to her kneecap.
Oh boy.
We need you to elaborate on that. Can you agree with that?
Yeah. Hey, Sarah, for the record, that was...
I was young and I needed the money.
I'm old and I still need the money.
Yeah, but trying to get Preparation H out of your mustache is not easy.
Oh, my gosh. Preparation.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and when you walk in and the refrigerator's full of prune juice, leave.
Oh, darling, is that your clitoris? No, it's my hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So you chew on it a little bit and try to get the money.
Boy, this went dark real quick.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Usually does.
Yeah, I sure miss you all very much.
Y'all can blame Prairie, because I'm going to this shit.
I'll take the blame, sure. My streams always get raunchy as fuck.
Have you
Every time y'all say something raunchy, I keep having visuals, and I'm like, each time I see y'all's faces or hear your name, I go back to that one thing y'all said, and I'm like, oh shit, he's the guy that talks about saggy boobs, or he's the guy that talks about that, or Sarah likes her sugar pushes.
Who's turning their head and coughing?
All the girls on the panel.
Oh, man. I miss Backroads Thursday nights where he would crank call. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, it was gold. It was gold.
No, we could induce Prairie to do some of that.
Yeah.
But it could be nice, friendly Canadian prank
I could give it a shot.
That stuff was so
That's what
fun,
he said.
man.
I need to put the vlog up where Daryl had a solicitor call him, offering him a vacation. It was a woman. And I got on the phone. I'm like, why the fuck you want to take my husband on vacation for? What kind of woman are you? He's married. I gave her hell.
Oh, my God. It's
Poor
not from State
thing.
Farm.
I kind of feel bad for the girl.
That's like that commercial with the dude talking to the insurance company.
Yeah,
What is she
Jake from
wearing?
State Farm.
Corduroy, or what does he say?
Khakis.
Khakis.
He says
Yeah.
khakis.
Oh, she
He
sounds hideous.
Jake,
Well,
Jake
she's a
from-
guy,
Jake,
so.
Jake from State Farm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jester.
Jester.
Hola.
Jester the master.
¿Cómo está?
Get over here now.
One time at band camp.
Sorry, dealing with some kids.
One time, band camp.
No band camp for you.
Oh wait, didn't you play tuba?
Boss man know about one time at band camp.
He keeps talking about it, so he must know
You
something.
didn't rule on that, boss man.
Band camp?
Yeah.
I never
You
went.
do.
I wish I did. I found out later how fun it was.
Band camp's like Vegas. What happens in band camp stays in band camp.
I don't think that that's the case, though.
There's a lot of flute playing.
In my day, yeah.
I went to band
That's
camp
how we
once.
rolled.
I went to band camp once until the cops chased me out. Yeah,
You're not allowed within 1,000 feet of the place.
I've lost the step. Yeah, I'm not as fast as I used to be. Of course, I can't take a long stride with my pants down at my ankles. So,
so what does it say to her when they're at band camp and she's off tune?
Well, wearing that trench coat was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a kind of a giveaway, especially when I was, at full staff and it was going through the 2 buttons there. So.
Well, see, you could have just said that you're a part of the flag line and that was your baton.
Oh, no.
Well, I was twirling it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Helicopter.
It's really hard for someone who looks like me to get a table for one at Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, if you would take the reflective aviators off before you came in the place.
You guys are bad.
Yep. Yeah, he is. But we knew this when we walked in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fits right in this crowd.
Yeah, you signed a waiver when you clicked continue.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of user license agreement thing going there.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter Prairie Boys stream.
Right.
How many can fit in a panel these days?
10.
10.
And
I'm trying to get Tech 6RS in here.
Tex R6S.
R6S, sorry.
Are you drunk
I'm
again?
dyslexic at times.
I don't have his email, so if you want to send
I've already sent him a link. I'm just trying to get him to come in.
Yeah. You guys, stop popping with the text message. It's blocking my screen here. Love notes.
Aww.
Oh, that one's for you, Boo. Freaking free rider, man. He cracks me up.
What'd I do now?
You know what the shitty thing is though, is when you show up free rider, if you ever have something serious to say, like no one's gonna think you're.
Oh no.
being honest.
If you were to come to my house, you would literally after about 15 minutes you'd grab me and say, "What'd you do with free rider?" Like, yeah. No, believe me, my wife, she barely tolerates the moto vlogging to begin with. So.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about free rider. He's like a 12-year-old trapped in an older person's body.
Older person.
Older than 12.
Older than 12.
Older.
Get him.
And
He's probably old.
And older. Oh yeah, I'm old as dirt, man.
older the berry, sweeter the
He's
juice.
25 years old. Can you believe that crap?
What's that?
I said free rider's 25 years old. Can you believe that crap?
Nope, I can't believe that.
Double it and add 10, kids. Well, 9. Double it and add 9. Yeah, next year's a bad one. I have no idea how I got this far.
Time doesn't exist, only clocks exist.
Age is a number.
Age is a number.
Free rider's me in 20 years.
Yeah.
Age is only a number until you're not allowed within 1,000 feet of a school.
It's still a number, 1,000 feet.
Try to get that past the grand jury.
If I didn't read the court order, does it still mean I have to follow the court order?
Probably.
Yeah. Damn it.
No, it depends if you get caught.
Man, I went to jury duty once and got a parking ticket. Because
that's bullshit.
It is. Because my timer ran out. I was like, that wasn't my fault.
Like the fuck you wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Every time I get that, it's like fucking come on. We always have to call like by Saturday.
We're gonna charge.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
We're gonna charge you to be here against your will.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna pay you $10 to be here. Oh, here's a $10 parking ticket.
That's when you do that trick where you pack your ass cheeks full of Nutella, then walk in and start scratching your ass and licking your fingers.
Right.
God.
Wearing a shirt that says I support the death penalty.
Fry,
That'll get you off.
Yeah, it wouldn't do much here because we don't have a death penalty.
Shit, and Trudeau should be the first fucking one.
Damn, you guys are brutal on Trudeau. We'll trade you.
Hey, Brandyland.
You know what? Whatever with him. At least he wasn't being a wuss when he got insulted by Trump. It's the only good thing he's ever done.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, he actually.
I'll gladly trade you.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, please. I would take your. I'll take. As a matter of fact, I'm moving to Canada.
You know what? You'll probably be allowed in because we're just such a welcome mat these days. We let everybody in.
A lot of people said that when elections were happening, and those same people are still here. So I don't know.
Yeah, nobody moved because they realized Canada sucks. It's cold.
It's cold as hell.
You get taxed out the fucking ass, and it's getting exponentially worse now.
Oh, and they some fun stuff has happened where Ontario is now getting fined because they took away a carbon tax. So now we're getting fined by the federal government because the provincial government decided to be a bunch of dicks. Oh, and guess what? There's nothing we can do about it because we've got a majority government. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, see, U.S. sounds really good now.
Yeah.
Even if we
I'd love to be in America.
I didn't. Let's just say this: I didn't vote for the bastard who's in.
No.
Neither did I.
But he's so cute.
Oh no, him I did vote for, which is the sucky part.
I'm confused
because I'm talking about our premier, not our prime minister. Premier is the one that's in charge of the.
I hate Trump. I
Yeah,
fucking hate Trump.
Yeah,
I can't wait till he chokes to death on a fucking hamburger or
I
something.
can't. My wife and I hit the mute button every time he starts talking, and then I see him moving his hands around and doing this thing, and
Yeah.
he's,
I like Trump because he's like a no nonsense kind of guy. Like he says dumb shit.
He's a no sense
not a
kind
real
of
smart
guy.
guy.
Thank
He's
you.
a good businessman.
No, he's not.
He's not a good businessman. All he does is put his name on shit.
His tariff bullshit, once that got started, I don't like Trump.
Yeah, and you understand he's been through so many bankruptcies. You
Exactly.
understand that he's notorious for never paying contractors.
Yeah, he is a terrible businessman.
He's terrible. He's a great.
Oh, he knows how to use the system.
Yeah, he knows how to trick people.
So does a carjacker.
He's a good con artist.
Right.
That's what I mean. In that respect, and with the whole immigration stuff.
That's just bullcrap. That what just happened with that whole thing.
Yeah, they
separating the kids from their parents.
That's not true, man. That's complete bullshit.
Oh no, that's actually
no, it's
true.
not. That's absolutely.
I've been reading on this for days. It is not true.
It's absolutely true.
It is
absolutely not true. They do not take children.
But they've been doing that shit since the Obama administration. So
exactly.
Okay.
They were doing it.
So why is everybody losing their shit
Here's-
over it
here's-
now when it's been going on for 10
Here's the key part
plus
about it.
years?
It has been, you could use that, but Clinton, Bush, and Obama did not employ it. They left that part of it alone. They said, we're not touching that. And so, yes, it's been on the books for years. They haven't actually done it, and not to this extent. And now they can't reunite.
Yeah, they lost the fucking kids. Come on, man.
And I'm waiting for the first kid to die in their custody, and then it's gonna implode.
It won't matter. The MAGA fucking mongoloids they don't give a fuck.
No,
he could literally stomp one to death on Main Street and they wouldn't give a shit.
I've seen pictures of like children in cages and shit. Those are from 2014.
That's false. Those pictures
are real, but they're not from Trump's administration. They're from
yeah. Those pictures that was just stupid crap media did, but they actually are pulling apart, the families.
Well, to a point they're exporting illegal immigrants, which they should. And because the kids are born here, they have the choice to stay. But
no. They're pulling them apart right at the border. These are people that are coming from Central American countries.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's hung up on Mexicans. It's not Mexicans. It's Hondurans and shit running from the shit down there.
Check out a movie called El Norte. It is so bad in Central America, they go to Mexico to try to find jobs. It is just horrid. We can't even really. We can kind of you know,
we're living the
try to
high.
imagine the horror down there. But yeah, the countries are run by gangs, and your daughter's sold into prostitution, and your son is to be turned into a mule or an assassin. It's not good. You know,
Yeah. Well, you know what the big problem with the whole immigration thing is? If it wasn't such a long, expensive process to do it legally, it wouldn't have an illegal immigration problem.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
It's brutal. It's like 12 years, and it's so expensive.
It is very expensive. I'm working on that process myself, remember? Or it was.
It's dumb. Like, you should be able to say, okay, I'm coming here. I want to move here. I want to find a job. So they give you a temporary visa or whatever. You find a job. If you can keep that job for a year, boom, you get citizenship.
Especially the people that are looking for like asylum.
That's fucking stupid. That whole refugee thing. I'm not on board with that.
I can see against the people that are getting their fucking heads lopped off trying to fucking find a better way. I feel bad for them personally.
A lot of the people that they're bringing in for Canada, for the immigrants in Canada, they're rich people who are rich. We're rich in the other country, and we're able to buy their passage in here. And then they have our prime minister walking up and shaking their hand and handing them everything, their education, even though they've already got money. They brought their money with them, but they're handing them homes, education. They're giving them, jobs.
Hey, where can I get that line?
You have to be from a country that's considered, at risk. So.
Well, that's America right now.
No, not enough. Not enough.
Yeah, no. Actually, I just read online. Prairie Boy has to take me in as his adopted son.
Okay.
Sorry, man. Okay.
I mean, even in the process.
I'm moving in with Sarah. I want to treat that bike like it should be treated.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, damn.
Here we go.
You're talking. What's wrong with my bike?
You threw it down.
I didn't throw it down. It fell on. I jumped
You
under
don't
it.
drive no H2s. You got a little Hot Wheels. That's what you told me. You said you had everybody fooled that you had H2, but you really had a kid's Hot Wheels.
That was supposed to be on the low.
And
we talked about that in a private chat.
He doesn't have H2. He has HIV.
And Moth, didn't you see what happened with my knee? I threw myself under the bike, trying to stop it.
Yeah, you're supposed to wear pads if you try to get pucks if you're going to put a knee down.
Yeah, well, next thing I'm buying is the full-on cage to wrap the whole around the engine. It's going to happen once it's repainted. I actually went today to talk to someone about possibly just getting it wrapped instead of painted, and they quoted me $700 to wrap it.
Isn't that fucking insane? I went to get mine wrapped, and they told me no, we can't do it.
They said that they would do it, but that there would be seams out the ass. So they
Same
didn't
here.
think that it was going to be a good plan. So they handed me a card and said, "Go get it dipped. Then come back to us come to us, get the decals that you want, and then get the decals. Take them when you're getting them dipped, and then before they put the clear coat on, they can put the wraps on." And
I'll tell you what you do. You're moving to Ohio eventually. Just do what they do in Ohio. Get some bed liner and just coat the whole fucking thing.
no, thank you.
Or plastic
Pure Ohio Thrillbilly.
Nah, get it done right.
Spray it with plastic dip. Come on.
That's am I the only biker here who actually doesn't give a shit about what his bike looks like?
Yeah. Because I won't ride mine if it's dirty.
Yeah.
I will ride mine when it's covered with a billion flies. I don't give a shit what it looks like, but I don't want it to rust either. So that's why I'm repainting it. But I'm not gonna just do what my dad did and throw duct tape over it and paint over the duct tape.
I just went through a storm. I went through a storm yesterday. My bike looks like shit, and I still rode today.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's West Virginia chrome duct tape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like mine with no shine.
As soon as my bike starts looking
my
like
fairings all
Mondays,
scratched up on one side and shit, I don't care. If I'm going to throw money into it, I'll throw money into the engine, the tires. But I don't give a shit that my fairings are all scratched to shit.
The way I look at it is, it's not an H2. I don't care if it gets dinged up.
Yeah.
I do. I would like it to be nice for at least a year.
At least, right?
At least. At least when I can start saying those battle scars are from me falling when I pop in a wheelie or something. I got stung by a bee. That's what my battle scar is for. I lost a battle to a freaking bee.
Bees are assholes.
They really are. And I know I'm not allergic to them now, so we're good.
I'm trying to keep mine off the ground because it hurts when you hit the ground.
Yeah, I haven't gone down yet.
Oh,
yeah.
I hit a car once. I ran through a yard once on my back. It's happened. I ended up in a cemetery one time.
I dumped my bike walking it backwards at the post office.
Yeah, I dumped my bike upside the car wash.
For me, I've had 4 incidents, and the funniest of them being at the gas station. I walked it forward and went to put it down, not realizing that it must have brushed up against the curb, so the kickstand had swung back a little bit. So yeah, I had the V-Star fall on top of me.
I've done that before. That sucks.
It really does.
Take my heel and kick the kickstand down, and it didn't go, and you go to lean over, get off the fucking thing. Wham!
It's too late.
Well,
Mothman, you did that to the H2?
No.
I was fortunate though, because I have big crash bars on mine, so the crash bar hit the edge of the curb, and here I am. I'm pinned onto the bike. My knee's on the ground by the side of the curb, and my other leg is above it, and I'm just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, there's nowhere I can't get out. I'm pinned, but there's no weight on my leg. It's just enough on my leg to keep me in place, but not enough to cause a bruise. And yeah, here I am. I'm just kind of sitting there. And I'm like, help, help.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm pinned underneath my 600-pound bike.
Ouch.
Yeah, the new one, it's very easy to pick up. It's only 400 pounds. Yeah, no, I had the last time something happened.
Like a prom date.
Yeah.
It just sounds awful. Hopefully, she didn't crush you.
Yeah, get enough wet wipes and yeah, it works.
He did it old school, man on top, get it over with quick.
Keep you warm in the winter and shade in the summer.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. Just no. No.
A little bit of galding, that's all.
I'd rather jack off with 60 grit sandpaper.
So, Mothman, are you in the U.S. or Canada?
Ohio.
Okay.
Pretty much Canada.
Forever, I thought you were in Canada.
No.
I wish. No, I'm in Ohio.
So you're right there with Dickhead.
Octane?
Octane, there you go.
He's up there with Cycle Cruise.
No.
Subscribe.
Cycle Cruiser's a myth.
Let's go for a
Cycle
ride.
Cruiser's a myth. Or did you say Cycle Cruiser's on meth?
Both work.
I'd say both.
What's up, AJ?
What's up?
Cycle Cruiser's really Mothman.
Yes,
that is.
That would be funny if we find out it's one of them.
Right.
What's up?
Except we know
No one's
he
ever
rides
seen
his
us in the
bike.
same room together.
Exactly. No one's ever seen either of your faces. So
Actually, that's a fall. That's a false.
That's a false.
Really?
Yeah, we actually met at.
Hey, who was that came in and started dancing and left?
Oh, that was Amazing AJ. What happened? I guess he lost his connection.
Oh.
He's in and
Yeah,
out.
we had
We've had dinner and breakfast.
Yeah, we did. We had dinner and breakfast.
Oh, so you met Mothman. All right.
Yeah, we met at AIM Expo when it was in Columbus.
What else happened?
Oh, nice. Oh, Columbus. Sorry you had to go there.
Well, there was a drunken club, a drunken
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Oh my God,
drunken,
yeah, that was hilarious.
I had to go to
Rugby.
Dayton, Ohio for work one time, and gosh, what a miserable place to live.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I can attest to that 1,000%.
Yeah, this is why we're talking immediately. Once the house is paid off, or at least enough, leaving Ohio.
Welcome to Ohio, where the wind don't blow. It sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, there was nothing to do but go to Hooters. There was like nothing to do.
Yeah, and you were lucky if you saw Hooters. In Hooters.
I don't know who this is, but he looks like he's having a better time than me.
It's amazing.
He needs to be on his level.
Amazing.
He is amazing.
He and I went on that trip to SCMM in 2017.
Oh, SCMM.
Are you going to 18?
I am not, but he is, I think, right?
Wait. You're not going?
I can't make it this year.
You can't fly out?
I can't even fly out, dude.
Shit.
Oh, that sucks.
No, wife's working nights. I gotta watch kids.
Oh, that sucks. I can't ride out because I'm starting school, so I'm definitely gonna fly out for sure.
We need a GoFundMe to get you a babysitter for the week.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be a good write-up at the site.
Yeah, I got to meet all my people.
Yeah, I'll be at SCMM getting text messages. Oh, house is on fire.
Oh, you mean just like Incredibles?
Exactly.
Oh, your baby's on fire. What's going on?
That was awesome. Spoiler alert, so don't spoil it.
Oh, so what happened? Okay.
No, that was the original one I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Not the new one. I haven't seen the new one yet.
The new one's awesome.
So I've
Been to the
heard.
movies in a while.
We're going to the movies tomorrow, which is kind of random.
Oh, man, I got that movie pass thing where you pay like $10 a month. Man, we've been seeing the movies all the time.
Shit.
Yeah, we don't have stuff like that here.
We used to get them bootleg for $5, but the color was always off.
Someone stands up in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
exactly. Yeah, people start laughing before like the funny part. It's like, what the fuck?
He picks them
Respect
out
for
of
$5.
out of the trunk of a car on the side of the road.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, AJ, how's that stunt riding going?
Oh man. Wait. Before I answer that question, hi guys, my name is Amazing AJ. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to
What's
meet
going
you.
on,
Nice to
man?
meet you too.
So stunt bike's going good. I already did 2 sessions, but I'm gonna go get it serviced because the cam chain tensioner, it's the chain on it's loose, so I'm gonna get that retightened.
What do you ride?
Yeah, I saw you just changed like the sprocket and the chain.
Yeah. It's just I have a Honda F4i 01 stunt bike.
Okay.
It's all stunted out and everything, but it's just I need to do a couple things to it before it's 100%.
Hell yeah.
So I'm working on that right now. Yeah.
So, question for you: are you using your gauge cluster? Because I know a guy.
Oh, actually, gauge cluster. I have it, I think, on the side, the speedometer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's attached to the cage with zip ties.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. So you're learning them wheelies and all that stuff, huh?
I'm chasing them. I'm trying to practice slower wheelies, but man, it's really hard, man.
It's one of those nerve-wracking things, but once you get it, you got it.
Yeah, I feel like I have to loop the bike so to get that feeling, because it's like when I'm doing a wheelie, it feels like when I was in high school, I'm just leaning back in that chair, and at that point of no return, like that initial scare, like you're falling backwards. I need to experience that on the motorcycle.
Fuck that.
It's got a crash cage, sub cage. It's got the 12 bar. It's got everything for it to go down, but it's just.
What about the tank, though, man? You can crush it, right?
What about your ass?
It's a dented tank. I mean, it's all good.
Yo, that would be a great video, especially the title. I intentionally looped.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I didn't even think about. Well, I'm doing a reveal video, and then towards the end, it's gonna be me almost looping it because I already practiced on it, but I almost looped it. And I was like, holy shit, this bitch comes up quick because it's got a pizza sprocket for it.
Jester.
Everybody in this panel will tell you, don't take any advice from Freerider. He just wants to.
Yeah. he's looking for them views, man. Let's see you do a loop.
Yeah, let's not see you do a loop.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a lot of views after your last video. You know, I died. Okay, well, there's your channel. Oh,
This bike will be okay, but it's your ass.
You never know how you're gonna fall, but you know, I want to do slow and steady, so I'm doing it at my own pace. I'm trying to learn how to stunt.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah, because you can't. You can
I
replace.
learning the wheelie, but
You can replace the bike, but not the road
learning on a leader bike.
I'd like to learn, but I'm afraid to on my bike. I just don't want to drop it.
Yeah.
Just do baby wheelies on it, because I do wheelies on the R6.
Yeah, it's easy to say that, and then you give it too much power, and you're like, oh, shit.
Dude,
That's one
honestly,
big baby.
No.
Everybody has to start somewhere, and if you have to start off with baby wheelies, you have to start off with baby.
Dude, I've literally been practicing wheelies on the R6 for like 6-7 months already, and I'm doing decent wheelies on it. But at first, man, baby wheelies, like, they were my thing, and then little by
I
little.
remember that in Arizona at Gates Pass, you were lifting up about 12 inches or so.
Yeah, and then I'm doing a lot better now, so it's just a little by little. Because the first time I popped it with I used the clutch. I brought it up with the clutch, man. It was scary, but when I looked at the video, I didn't even go up, just barely, like a couple inches. So I was freaking out for that, but it gets better.
I always recommend clutch ups. I don't recommend power wheelies.
Oh yeah, clutch ups.
You
control them.
Power wheelies, it just gets away from you way too fast.
Yeah,
and I've heard don't do it in first gear, right? Is that true?
I don't recommend doing wheelies in first gear at all, unless you know how to do really good slow wheelies.
Yeah. I've been doing them in first gear.
I recommend second and thirds.
Because first gear is like real touchy. If you just barely give it a little bit too much, man, you go over.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's like guys that always say, "Well, I'm scared to do it." Or like, Perry, you got your 1000. You know, you don't really want to do wheelies on 1000. I get fucking Harley Davidson Softail Springer do a wheelie. You can do a fucking wheelie on your bike.
It can do a wheelie easily.
I saw
that's not the point.
And do one on a Harley.
Yeah, the point is not doing it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is it's not actually like getting the tire off the ground. It's the fact that when I'm trying to chase it out, I'm doing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just learning to wheelie. I mean, it's not.
And there's more to it though. There's more to it because landing, you don't want to just drop it because you'll blow your damn forks out.
I'll blow a forks if I'm hanging on to the bars too tight.
But you have to learn how to like gently lower it.
You will break your stay bracket. I promise you. You will.
At first, it'll come down hard, but you'll learn as soon as you let off the throttle, you give it a little bit, so it kind of goes down nice and easy.
It's called traction control.
My buddy had his 1000, and last summer I was doing wheelies on his Gixxer 1000. His dumbass had it set up for Gixxer boy fucking GP shift, even though you just ride down the highway.
Talking about you, Mothman.
Second gear, 100.
But it has power commander.
I'm doing a wheelie, and I go to shift the third in GP shift, so I shifted back into first. It slammed the front end down, broke the stay bracket.
Oh, shit.
Shit happens.
Yeah, that's another thing you have to learn is you got to learn how to get it down slowly so you don't crush the damn front end.
That's what she said.
That's what I was looking forward to teaching Serafina how to do wheelies on her 09.
Yeah, I'll make sure that it's ready to go because I have to have it ready for after Friday the 13th. I'm gonna head that direction.
Right.
Friday the 13th. We're all wheelies.
No, it's not about that. I wanna make sure I go to this event because it's just so much freaking fun.
What event are you planning on making?
It's an event you probably have never heard of, but it's big around here. We go to a place called Port Dover on every Friday the 13th, whether it's January or July. And the summer ones are always like super busy. The last one was
10 degrees.
Oh, you're like undercoating it. AJ missed out on the whole. There's like 230,000 bikes.
Yeah, show up to it.
Oh, what is it? A rally or?
Yeah, it's a one-day rally.
Oh, damn.
Dude, it's a town with like 2,000 people, and there's going to be 230,000 bikes.
Yeah, and this year they're going for the world record on the most female bikers that show up in one town on the same day.
That sounds exciting. What state?
It's actually in Ontario.
Is where?
Ontario, Canada.
Canada.
Oh, it's in Canada. Oh, I've always
They
wanted
have
to go to Canada.
they have actually people who come from all over the place. Like I think when they did the 200,000 record, they had people all the way from Germany brought their bikes. So,
Me and Ride of Victory need to make a road trip over there to Canada soon.
the next one, the next Friday the 13th, is September of next year.
They're only going to do that one day because they don't want all their cycles to mesh, and then you really won't want to be there.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd have to stop in Ohio and crash at Mothman's house.
Yeah, come on
A lot
over.
of work, man.
Yeah. It's
We're
about
gonna
an
do
hour
some
and a half.
slide action, baby.
It's about, I would say, about 2 hours from where I'm at right now in Niagara region.
Nice.
Yeah, depends on the roads you take, obviously. And knowing us, we're gonna take the most direct route there, sneak in the back to try and get in, so that we don't have to actually go down the whole freaking the crowded areas. We'll sneak into the back side of the town.
Is your section of Canada flat?
I think I-37 goes all the way to Canada.
Is it flat up there? Do you guys have hills?
Port Dover, it's pretty damn flat. It's one of those areas where they decided to build those windmill things.
Okay.
So it's flat enough. There are spots where if you go past there's some twisties past to Dover. But just getting there, it's the best road to take is the one that goes right along the river, because you can, not the river, sorry, right along the lake. It's very nice.
Does Canada have any like well-known twisties?
Not really.
Not on the same level, no, because our roads are hard to maintain. The reason yours are so famous is because you don't have to worry about cleaning sand off them half the year. So we've done some I went out last weekend. We did about a 6.5 hour ride up into northern Ontario, and there were some really beautiful roads up there. But we could, like, certain roads that they know for a fact you can't go down that road, because if you go down that road, the one side of the road's always covered in sand and the other side is partially covered in sand, so you have to hug the outside track so you don't get into the sand that's in the center of the road. And that was going pretty much a switchback almost directly up. It was the scariest thing ever, and it was so cool.
Sounds like fun, though.
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Funny, if you go to Google Maps and you try to map from Austin to Ontario, Google says, sorry, we can't do that.
No way, really?
He won't go to SCMM, but he's gonna ride to Ontario.
Oh no, I was just curious what the miles were, and it's like, nope, sorry, can't do it.
You make sure you chose the vehicle instead of the flying too.
I'm using car.
Let me try it right now.
It just
Probably
can't
the one
figure
with
it
the
out.
donkey on it.
How long does it take to walk to Ontario?
Right? 16 years. No.
Yeah, that's a long ways.
Shaking my head at you.
Bart crotch.
I put Ontario, California. Hold on.
Wow, they really can't give you directions. That's ridiculous.
Well, you can't.
How can you not give you directions?
Because they've closed off the border to
Wow.
Canada.
Sorry, we could not
Oh,
come.
you actually have to put a city. You can't just say Ontario.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's kind of a big province.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I'll make a way.
So if from Austin, Texas to where I live, they say it's a 23. That doesn't make any sense. A 23-hour drive. What?
We can do that in 3 days.
Yeah, 23 hours sounds about right.
2 days.
And there's tolls. And you'd probably end up spending an extra hour to 2 hours telling them why do we have to cross the border? Why are we crossing? Yes, sir, we're going to a bike event.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we didn't hide anything. No, please
Do
don't
you
check
have
my
anything
weapon.
to declare?
No. Yes, unless I hid, like my fully automatic machine gun or something in my bike. Yeah, nothing to declare, sir.
How's the border over there? Like when you're crossing the border, is it like such a big hassle? Because I know in crossing the Mexico border, it's a big hassle.
It's not as big of a hassle, but it can be. If you get caught in a lie, you are fucked.
How
forever.
so? Like,
if you don't declare something, they will kick you out and not let you in again. And if you try to go across the border again, they'll pull you to the side and search your vehicle.
Oh,
so man, I got strip searched in the Mexico border one time in Nogales.
I've never had that happen. I guess it's not as big of a hassle that way.
Really? Not me. I'm brown. I'm good.
That 500-pound Alfonso put his rubber gloves on tight too, didn't he?
Right. Was there a donkey involved?
No. All right, so I mentioned it. Now I got to mention it for you. I was 17 years old. My cousins and I, we went into Nogales. We crossed the border to Nogales because I'm from Tucson. And
you were looking for a donkey show.
We bought a bunch of fireworks because fireworks at the time, I don't know if they're still illegal, but at the time they were illegal in Arizona. But Mexico sold them, so we crossed the border, and we bought a bunch of fireworks. Man, I had them strapped around my waist, my socks, everything. And we go through. Yeah, we go through customs, and customs is like, "Are you guys bringing steroids, drugs, any of that?" Stupid me, and I'm like, test me. We're all good. And he goes, oh, I got your test. And they round us all up, man. Take us into these private rooms, strip naked. Oh shit! Dude,
that's what you get.
We filled up a whole between three of us. We filled up a whole table with fireworks, and the dude was laughing too. He was like, "We honestly thought we were gonna find drugs. We did not think we were gonna find fireworks."
Wow. So you were a suicide bomber before it became popular.
I had M80s in my crotch.
What did you have in your crotch?
I had M80s in my crotch, and the guy was like, "That was not smart."
Can you imagine if like?
And then he lit one.
Right, and M80 is like what, a third of or a quarter or something like that of a stick of dynamite.
It's like an eighth or something.
Let me show you why you don't put these there, son.
Right. But yeah, he let us off with a warning. He said, if you guys come back again, it's going to be $1 for every firework we find. And we had a lot of fireworks. We would have been broke.
Tape them together and just consider that one.
Well, now you got drones. You just send a drone over.
Yeah, I can just see that going over very.
Oh yeah, they'll shoot that down real quick. It'll explode too.
Just dig a tunnel for fireworks.
There you go through the tunnel. It's already dug.
Not for drugs, but for fireworks.
For fireworks.
Luckily, here in Texas, you don't have to deal with that. There's a fireworks stand right.
Did you get to keep the fireworks?
No, they kept them.
Oh,
yeah. That whole table was like $20 worth of fireworks too, man. I'm telling you. They were so cheap over there.
Yeah, and safe too, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
Mexican fireworks.
They probably came from China.
High standards there. Yeah.
So yeah, they probably have they don't have the standards over here like they do in North America.
It was probably the same exact fireworks you buy here, all made in China. But hey, AJ, what's up with Corpus, dude?
Oh, dude, I just got back from Corpus today.
No, I'm saying you're moving, right? Like permanently?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm moving in August, mid-August. I'm going back to school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going back to school because I got a full ride again now, so everything's paid for. So
finish it, man. Get that degree.
Yeah, I'm happy for that because I want to go to California when I graduate.
Nice. But, which part?
I'm thinking San Francisco or San Diego, one of those two.
Man, I hope you get a good paying job, dude.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, but I'm leaning more towards San Diego because Johnny Rides and Jess, the people I've been traveling with, they stay over there, so they invited me to live with them, so it'll be easier on me.
Oh, there you go. That works out.
Yeah,
I was going to mention there's always Martinez, dude. That's where Bart ends.
Yeah. Oh, and they got Tijuana's like right there, so I can go to Mexico.
No, not from San Francisco. That's like way
Oh,
at
no,
the
no,
other
no.
end of the border.
From San Diego.
Oh, San Diego's where they're at. Okay.
Yeah, because they're planning on buying a house in Tijuana, and then just crossing over every time we need to go to Cali. So.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
Right. Have you been listening at all?
I thought he was saying San Francisco. I'm sorry.
It was one suggestion, then he was like, "No, Donkey Show."
Yeah, I lived in California for 2 years. It's very, very expensive.
Yeah, no, it just keeps getting worse actually.
Yeah.
But I gotta try, man. I gotta try. See if it works out.
Yep. Live that dream, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At least you get to lane split.
Oh man, dude, I'm actually starting to edit SCMM footage now, so that's good.
That's funny. When I was watching one of the videos, you're like, "Oh yeah, we get to do that."
Every stoplight, I kept forgetting. Every stoplight, you reminded me on the Cena that hey, we can lane split. I just overly excited.
Yeah, if I bring my FC, that'll be a thing. If I don't, then that probably I'm not going to lane split on the V-Star.
Yeah, you will. You just
You will. Especially if it's just a red light. You'll start off slow, get a red light, and you're like, "Oh yeah."
Well, if I do that, I'll have to remove my my highway pegs first.
Dude, I lane
you can
split
still do
in
it. You gotta
Houston
remember-
traffic with a Yamaha Bolt. It's like a cruiser. I still lane split.
Yamaha Bolt is quite a lot smaller than a V-Star, though.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
you know what? Yeah, you're actually right. It is too.
like a super.
I also have highway pegs that stick out about a foot on either
yeah.
side. So.
Or not super sport. I'm sorry, Sportster.
The lanes in California, because everybody lane splits, are a little bit wider.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
And it's like, it's like everybody's like, "Hey, yeah, I get to go to California and lane split." I lane split now in Kansas City because I don't care. Fuck them. And our lanes are very fucking narrow.
Hey,
I still do it on my Harley. So
you guys actually have traffic where you have to lane split?
fuck yes.
For me, not really so much. I mean, if I go to Toronto, things get a little bit scary. I don't really like going into Toronto as much as I avoid it as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's some areas where there's traffic. If you go up along the Niagara Falls, like along the Parkway down there, you get some traffic. Honestly, though, I have a good time with that because with my V-Star, it's loud enough that if I crack the engine, it makes people jump. And getting that on film, watching them run away, it's kind of fun. Though surprisingly, even with stock pipes, the FC, when you let her rip, she can make some good sounds.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's awesome.
I bought a Denali sound bomb for the Bolt. So I haven't hooked it up yet, but it's pretty loud.
I don't know. I just like running straight pipes so you can hear me from 3 miles away.
Well, that's what I have on the V-Star.
I bet your neighbors hate you, no?
Especially since I work the night shift and I do everything at night. I come home at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning from racing all night long, and then they're pissed when I'm coming home.
Yeah, my neighbors don't really say anything about my bike.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, I start riding it like in 3rd gear, just like nice cruise or 2nd gear, so it's not in 1st gear.
Yeah, the only time they've ever said anything to me was when I got the new bike, and I came home, go into the garage, and walked outside, and my neighbor's like, "When did you get home?" I'm like, "I just drove up like 2 seconds ago." She's like, "I didn't hear you." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, and I don't understand how they couldn't, because it's not that quiet. But they're expecting the cruiser, and
yeah, they were fixing that loud pipes.
My cruiser's pretty loud. I mean, not as loud as it could be, but loud enough that I probably could get myself in trouble if a police officer held a decimal.
What are the standards over there?
Decibel. What is it? Is that what the device is called?
Decibel.
Okay.
Decibel.
If they tested it for sound, how about that?
I
And
can't
that's
afford to piss off
sure.
my neighbors.
That's the good thing about around here. I ain't got to worry about noise pollution. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't care much here in Texas, but I'm sure in California,
Yeah.
man, they're strict on a lot of.
Oh, they are.
There's-
There's some states that will actually put a decibel meter and measure your pipe and then ticket you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that here.
Put it in third gear and rev it up.
I think in Texas, if your bike is too quiet, they ticket you for being a pussy.
No. Here they're really anal retentive when it comes to bikes. If you have stickers on your helmet, they'll tell you to replace your helmet because the glue on the stickers can
Well,
wreck the helmet. So you're not allowed to have cameras.
Wait, what?
Or
What?
yeah, they're bullshit. It's
I'd be in really big trouble because like half of my helmet is completely sticker
Yeah.
bombed.
Oh yeah, no, they just say that as an excuse because they want to.
Because they don't
go
rhyme.
after people. Well, they want to go after. Well, there's that too, but they also want to go after the people who ride around with Sennas and GoPros because we've had a few incidents where I guess they do this a lot down in California, but they don't do it so much here. But they'll close the highways down. The bikers will just go on the highway and they'll block traffic.
Oh, so they
And then-
automatically assume that every biker that has like a GoPro or something attached, they're probably recording and posting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they basically they go on Instagram and whatnot and find out who was involved, and they get quite a few arrests by people who are stupid and post things on social media.
No, yeah, you got to be careful when it comes to that.
Yeah, and I mean they did that last year, and they closed down several major highways outside of Toronto, blocking people for good 25 minutes, and they were stunting on the highway.
Street fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did that a couple of times, and I guess 2 years ago when they did it, someone ran from the cops and got himself killed. So ever since then, they've really been cracking down on it.
They'd have a heart attack if they
So-
saw ROC.
They had one
St. Louis.
incident and they got that strict.
A couple. I mean, that's just a couple of incidences that have happened, but yeah, they're super strict.
Like in California, that's like a daily thing.
It's not a daily thing here, and they don't want it to be a daily thing. They've actually, in like my area here, we used to be the main chapter for the Hells Angels used to actually be in my city, and they've completely chased out all 1% clubs.
Well, they
out of the
started
entire
out
region.
of San Bernardino, California. The Hells Angels did.
But the national chapter for the Hells Angels was in my city, like for Canada. Someone I actually know was the national chapter president. So they were in the city, and they literally closed down if you want to go to an 81 club now, you have to go probably about 2 hours away.
Wow.
So they've been pushing them out, and I hear it's even worse in Quebec.
Yeah.
Fuck Canada.
Well,
Screw it. I'm not moving there.
Right.
They're just super strict about stuff,
We
and that's
don't care.
Well, it's because I watch a lot.
It's
of
not free.
regular
They're
vloggers
charging.
from
No way, I thought it was
Canada,
free.
And I see
No,
the shit
tax
they go
dollars.
through.
I'm oblivious to that.
yeah, we pay in taxes. We pay a good bit in taxes.
They get like 65% of their income in taxes.
I'll break my arm and then I'll go over there. But you have to be a resident.
Well, if you break your arm and come over here, then just the hospital visit alone
3-week
is going
wait
to cost you
period.
$1,500.
Ugh.
But you
That's
have to
what they-
wait 3 weeks, right?
No, my fiance, he had a heart issue when he was down here and didn't have
Oh,
travel
that's
insurance.
priority though.
And he got before he was even allowed to leave the hospital, they gave us a $1,500 bill, and he wasn't allowed to leave until it was paid in full.
God
Well, looks like I'm working night shifts over there.
Right? Do you guys need a janitor?
Yeah, I'll clean
The hell
up
out of
the
a
toilet.
floor.
Yeah.
That hospital, poor thing. Like it's a big hospital, and they've got 2 floors that aren't even being used at all because our government's been doing so many cuts on the medical funds and everything. They've cut it so badly they can't even afford to keep those 2 floors open. So they're just empty floors, and they have, they're stupid. Like it's just the tax cuts. Not the tax cuts. The medical cuts are so bad. That's why nurses that work here have been leaving and going down into the States because they can get paid more. They can get paid and they can have a job.
Yeah.
So,
all right, y'all. I'm out of here myself.
All right.
Y'all have a good evening.
Have a good
Thanks,
one.
bro.
All right, free.
Don't forget to
Stay free.
Make
living
sure you dream
living
about
that
me.
big life with the
Yes.
cool editing stuff.
Yeah, tell me about it. All right, later.
Dream about me.
I do. Believe me, I do.
You better stay free.
He hollers in his sleep.
Did Hot Wheels get a link now?
Somebody did with the seagull.
No, that's David.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So my night at work is actually pretty good because we have Starlight Theater, about a mile from me, and Styx and Joan Jett is playing tonight.
Nice.
So
You can hear it?
Concert. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can hear it good. I didn't know they were playing. I hopped off the Harley, shut the bike off, and I hear music. I'm like, that's fucking Styx. And then I looked, I'm like, fuck yeah, Styx and Joan Jett's playing tonight.
See, now you need a drone.
Well, like last year, fucking Soundgarden played 2 days before Chris Cornell killed himself.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I got to at least hear his last concert.
Wow. I don't know what's up with that with people. Like, I mean, I get that sometimes things in life are hard, but is it really that hard that,
especially when you're rich.
If you ask me, no.
I think it's just all the pressure and then how people put up all these expectations from them. It's just, I think it gets too much for them.
I can see that, but I mean, if you just wait, time always heals, heals pain.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It just sucks because, their family members and stuff like that. It's just,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the only people that suicide makes sense to are the ones who've done it.
Yeah.
So, on a brighter note.
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it is kind of depressing, isn't it?
I thought Holly was going to go somewhere then.
I was waiting.
So, anyways, I shaved my pubes tonight.
Can we change the subject again?
Has anybody tried wheeling a cruiser?
That's what I was talking about earlier. I can wheelie my Harley Davidson Softail Springer.
What? Is it well driven or what?
Well, yeah.
He could also wheelie a 1100 V-Star too.
You always run into those guys.
Come on, for real.
I haven't been. I'm like one of those guys. I haven't been good at everything I've done in life. I wasn't very good at sports. I wasn't good at a lot of things. The only thing I've ever been good at is riding motorcycles. Like, that's my niche. And I can wheelie just about anything.
All right. So my question is, first gear or second gear?
Has to be first gear.
Yeah. I'm trying to wheelie my Bolt, and it's just it'll come up just a little bit, man. But man, it's just I gotta really give it.
Your Bolt. I mean, one thing to do with it is drop the back pegs and stand on the back pegs, and it sucks because you lose your back brake. But you will get it to come up, and that'll be your first initial thing that you'll see. Okay, I can get it to come up this way. Now all I got to do is figure out how to do it while still covering the rear brake.
Well, it's cool because over here in Houston we have a lot that's called Reed Lot, and the owner lets all the stunners use that big warehouse parking lot. So if anything, and the good thing, I got a cage for the Bolt. So if anything, I could practice out there because I really want to wheelie the Bolt.
Right. Don't forget, have you dropped your air pressure in your rear tire?
No, I have it regular. That's that's probably one of the things that I need to do.
You got to drop that air pressure down. You got to
what is that?
So it'll grip.
Oh, it's for grip. Okay.
Yeah.
Lower that air pressure and it'll grip. It's like Mr. V-Rod was trying to wheelie his V-Rod, and I don't know if he ever did it finally or not. But his main problem was he left his air pressure full. You got to get that air pressure out of that big giant fucking rear tire.
Yeah, otherwise it'll just spin.
Yeah. AJ, you got to put a blue pill in there in the tank. It'll get right up.
Hey, That's the trick.
No, you
right
put a Holler Moto sticker on the tank and it'll get right up.
Exactly.
Make you harder than Chinese algebra.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man. I really want to wheelie all the bikes at least once. So the boat's my main issue right now.
I'll hold off a little bit, but yeah, one day I will wheelie. I will do it once.
Baby willies. I promise you, man. It's those.
I want to wait till I have my cage on there first, though. 'Cause I don't wanna drop it again.
True.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Send it.
I don't know. I got this. I don't know. It's just one of those things where throw me on a bike and within 10 minutes I'll have the front wheel off the ground.
But you also know how to do it. I'm assuming your first bike that you did it on, you probably didn't give a shit whether you dropped it or not.
Well, no. I mean, the very first wheelie I ever did, I think I was 6 years old on my 1980 Suzuki 80 dirt bike.
There you go.
That's when I learned how to wheel.
Yeah, dirt bike I have no problem learning on.
But it's pretty cool because the thing that I've noticed is that when you're born into the riding like atmosphere, it's pretty cool because things come with ease. And I've noticed that because I started riding when I turned 18, because that's when I left the house and I bought my motorcycle. I've noticed that people that have started later, like doing like wheelies or the things that people have been born into it is so much harder, and it just even trying it's just hard for them. So I noticed that the big difference right there.
Yeah, no, I didn't get my license until 3 years ago. So
Right, and I always tell people, I was like, look, if you're having kids, you're young, you have kids, and you like riding, put them kids on a fucking bike early. I started at 5. That's when I started riding, when I was 5 years old.
That's true.
True. Yeah.
Motorcycle, not a bicycle. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, we were talking. Me and Sean have been talking about that as well, and I told him I wanted them to have the option of having a dirt bike and a pony before they're old enough to really know how to walk. Give them the choice.
And if they
give them a choice, give them both, and then let them choose when they're older.
And if they wreck, we tell them and start crying, tell them shut the fuck up and get back on it and do it again.
Exactly.
That's what my dad and mom done to me.
My grandpa didn't say he didn't tell me to shut the fuck up. He punched me in the face and get back on that bike, boy.
My dad told me
tough love.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go that far, but I would definitely tell them to stop crying, because
that's what I'm talking about. Different just different way of generations, the way we were raised.
Yeah, no, but my dad would never have done that to me, so it's not different.
Well, I didn't have a dad. I'm a Jedi. I didn't have a dad. So.
I'll try to like tell them like brush it off, and tell them what they did wrong, and this is gonna happen. So just tell them that and get back on. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing my prom date said to me.
At band camp.
Yeah. Fat
Mothman likes to be in big boards. That's why he went to band camp.
Well, what about you, Mothman? You gonna be able to get back into doing some track days, or are you done with that?
I don't know whether I can turn the Ducati into a track bike easy. But like we were talking there a little while back, I'd like to get like a 600, like an R6 or something.
Right.
The track's only like half an hour from my house. It's not that far away. I could go. It's just cost effective to have the 600 would be a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. That's why, like we were talking the other night, I can't wait for this fucking drag strip to open back up for a half hour from my house, so I don't have to illegally street race anymore. I can actually go to the drag strip.
Yeah.
Oh, Holler, is that why you stopped racing, or?
Well, I stopped because it got too big. We have 2 different spots we race at. One of them's like right here by my work. Like I could throw a rock and hit the drag race from work, and that's where all the fucking hooligans, the kids, the dope heads, the meth heads, all these motherfuckers go. And it's a fucking shit show. People get shot, people get beat up, people get ran over down here. I mean, last year there was 8 people that died down there.
Wow.
So, and that's not from racing. That's from getting run over or getting shot or shit like that.
Damn.
So we at the spot we go, it's so far away from this spot that we usually didn't get that crap. Well, this dude got shot in the head down here, killed, a couple months ago. So all these motherfuckers started headed up towards our spot, and it just got too crowded. I mean, we're having like 13, 14-year-old girls up there hanging out with 22, 23-year-old guys and shit. All kinds of bad stuff. And then a couple weeks ago, finally the guns came out. Somebody got shot.
Holy shit.
So we shut it down. Nobody been going up there. We shut it down. No more racing for a while. Well, we've slowly been filtering, going back, and like last Friday night we went. And it was cool, man. It was chill. There was nothing but racers were there. We had a few spectators, not very many. And fuck, I got to run all night long, but it's like my video. My fucking GoPro didn't record but 3 of the races. And I was so angry. But I mean, yeah, and we were up there for about 2.5 hours before the cops showed up and broke us up. But I mean, usually we leave for about an hour and go back, but I was already tired and wore out, so I just went home.
Man, there's that TV show. I think they're in Ohio or something, right? Where they have that Street Outlaws or whatever.
No, they're in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
okay.
that's out west.
Or they're in Oklahoma City, actually, not Tulsa. They're in Oklahoma City.
Those guys are usually pretty kosher, but every once in a while there's a little.
Yeah, that's only hell. They're only 4.5 hours from me, where they do all that. And who was it? Was it Mothman? Was it me and you talking about it? Trying to do something?
Yeah.
Trying to get something set up like that. Get some
that would be
show
killer.
going on out here but for motorcycles, not for fucking cars. For motorcycles.
Yeah, but then Mothman's gonna need those like wheelie bars on his little Gixxer,
Stretch. Mothman.
Oh yeah, 8-foot stretch. Lower it. More fucking fluorescent lights than a Vegas Strip.
No. It makes you a new rider.
That's right. Hey, Mothman, if you do the wheelie bars, dude, make sure they spark. That looks cool.
Well, I'm kind of working titanium, so I got shit tons of that.
There you go. Welcome back, Chester.
What up?
Welcome back.
How you doing?
I'm doing. I got
you. Jester's finally might be a fire, have a firecracker. He got him a new hose on his new saw now. I mean,
right?
Finally.
Yeah, my saw's got hose.
Yeah, his saw's got a hose, and it
You always
sucks.
need a couple. You always need a good hose.
That's right.
Let me know. Let me know when you find one for me.
Oh, it's 2018. I'll sell one right on. It's like a shopping center now. Just pick the size.
Right. See if this kills me while I try to edit this video.
Yeah, that's something else I got to learn now. I'm looking at these chain tensioners or adjusters. I've never actually had a bike with a chain before, so I have no idea what to do with it. Well, hello.
Hey.
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 Come here often?
Mm-mm. Not enough. Not enough.
No? What's that?
Don't forget, Sean's in Cincinnati.
RoboCop? What?
Oh, did I RoboCop? Back.
You did for me.
He's telling me right now. I was wondering if it's my
Easy now.
We got a storm going on, so power might turn off here.
Yes, Mothman. Does the curtains match the drapes?
What drapes?
Oh, damn.
She went there.
It happened.
Speaking of curtains matching the drapes, no, I'm just kidding. Serafina, are you sleeping on
Curtains and
this segment?
carpet.
Hell yeah, I am.
That's you, man.
That's why I was saying I'm gonna have to get that other bike up and running fast enough so that I can ride it up after Friday the 13th.
So I can show you how to do wheelies on it.
If she's not doing them before then.
I want to wheelie your bike so fucking bad because I still have yet to ride an FZ09. I want to ride one so bad. I rode a 7, and those things are so easy to wheelie and they're so fun to ride. It's like I want to ride a 09, damn it.
I thought that was a beep right there, like a sensor beep, but it's your car.
No, that was
It was me. My internet cut out.
Gosh, what the hell was that?
I'm sorry. I moved the mic away from my mouth, but it didn't work. I have a cold, so it makes my nose make me sneeze.
I thought that beeping noise was telling Holler it's enough. Give it a rest.
Yeah.
It's like a warning. You working tonight, Holler, or what?
Oh, hell yes. When am I not working? Well,
No,
wait.
when it's your day off.
Let's get this right. I don't know if I'm working, but I'm out. I actually do have some shit to do. So I hate stupid people or people that think I'm dumb. Like, they called me. So I didn't barely get off my Harley, and they were already calling me saying, hey, we got an electrical problem down here. Can you come look at it? I'm like, give me a minute. I go down there, and they're like, yeah, this 110 outlet just started sparking and blowing up. I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I walk over, look at it, and I can clearly see somebody hit the conduit, broke the conduit, and grounded out the wires. And I'm like, well, what'd you hit it with? Oh, I didn't hit it with nothing. It just started doing it. I'm like, looking at the dude, I'm like, really? You're going to think I'm that big of an idiot that I don't see what you did? I didn't touch it, man. It just started doing it on its own. Okay, dude, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll fix it. It won't take me very long, but...
Wow, that sounds like my son's BMW.
Oh, how's it going so far?
It starts.
Now, is that an E36 or what?
Yeah, it's an E36.
Oh, okay.
He had a stereo that went right over the battery terminal.
Right, I saw your video about it.
That crap out. Man, we had to change so much crap on it.
It'd be a brand new car.
Pretty much.
When you're all done.
Well, see, your mistake is you're leaving the stock motor in it.
See, I've become a very, very skilled BMW mechanic. So if you have a BMW,
drop a 350 in it.
Dude,
I'm talking about.
LS or
let's do an
TJ.
LS swap on it, call it good.
Right? Shit, they're a dime a dozen.
Junkyard 350.
Yeah, he wants to drop was it L1, the Chevrolet's Corvette engine?
Well, it depends on what you...
Or LS1,
LS1, yeah.
Well,
has he got the money for it, though?
No, he wants to save for that. But what I'm saying is, apparently his like engine bay can hold one, so he wants to do that.
Well, fucking LS1, dude. Go like LS6 or some shit.
Get a fucking go get a fucking LS2 or an LS3.
Yeah, the higher you go up in numbers, the more money it is. We're talking about 16.
The newer it is.
Pick up LS. I mean, because hell, that's what I've got in my pickup is an LS1. You can pick up LS1s all day long.
So is it really bad that I'm thinking of getting a bike trailer, to haul my FZ with my V-Star?
No.
Why not?
That'd be
badass.
I'm thinking about it because I think the V-Star could do it.
Yeah, that's 1,100. I mean, motorcycle trailers are light as fuck, and that FZ, what does it weigh? 390 pounds?
400, but yeah, pretty damn close. Like, not much.
Yeah, that's nothing. You might have to put a super clutch in the Yamaha.
Or just be really fucking careful.
Yeah, be gentle with it. Yeah.
Because I don't have any kind of luggage on the FC, and going to getting to Cincinnati with just the FC would be interesting because I'd have to ship everything.
Yeah. The only trouble with motorcycle transmissions, though, is they're not really designed for towing.
Unless it's a Goldwing.
Well, Goldwing or more of
Yeah.
like, I mean, most your Harleys are ready for towing.
Yeah,
I mean, not
usually to the
not
shop.
not just shit like that. But I'm ignoring you, and I'm going to keep
Sounds fucking awesome though.
I mean, hell, the battery that's in the frickin' my friend's Goldwing, he's got a car alternator and a car battery inside his bike.
Well, yeah, it's a Goldwing.
Well, no, he altered it a little bit and upgraded it and put things that he wasn't supposed to in it, and it runs. Sort of.
For how long though?
Oh, forever.
Oh, okay.
Like he's rips the thing apart, puts it back together, no problem. Though when I'm around, he seems to cuss a lot. So I'm not sure if it's because I'm just not strong enough to detach certain things with the bike. He likes to make me feel bad about myself when I'm helping him with the bike. Nah, not really. Nah. And he wonders why I don't want to go out more often and work on the bikes with him. Like, you have no patience for someone who has like 2-3 years of experience with stuff like this versus you've been doing it since you're 16 and you're 50 something now. So leave me alone.
Yeah, that reminds me of Mothman when he was complaining about how he couldn't get his Goldwing to be as fast as his Gixxer.
You know what? Freaking
Gotta cut the
Goldwings
bags
are
off of
faster.
it.
They're a lot faster than you think. And you can wheelie on
You got to
them,
strip
too.
them down.
Nah, you don't have to strip them down. They are fast as hell. I mean,
They're fast for cruiser.
they really are. Well, they're 18.
Oh yeah, they are. They're absolutely quick. They're really fast, actually.
I gotta give it to them. Their new one, their brand new one, is
Oh, that's
really sweet.
beautiful.
It's nice.
I would own that one for sure, but a lot of the hardcore Goldwing riders absolutely hate it. They think it's terrible and they'll never buy it.
Sporty for them.
Yeah, it really is.
I like it.
What is the price on that thing? Ain't it like up and around $30,000? That some bitch.
Yeah, it's about $33,000 here,
Jesus.
and that was they're expensive.
I mean, the damn thing does everything except jerk you off. Fuck.
No, it does that too. It's a feature. It's in the yeah.
It's in the manual.
Yeah.
It's a hidden one.
You have to jailbreak
Well,
it.
I mean,
You can get a lady boy to ride with you.
Well, one person had him install a vibrating egg underneath his passenger seat, and he had it hooked up to the throttle. So every time he would rev the engine, it would vibrate the passenger seat.
Holler motor sticker will do the same thing.
It will. That holler motor sticker make your bike go 15 miles an hour faster, jerk you off, eat your bean, whatever you need.
Just make sure you check your oil.
That's right.
Love you, buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You never have to armor all that.
Go replace your springs, you fat ass.
I know. Yeah, I'm 50% there, fucker.
Damn, passenger seat's always moist.
Isn't like the Goldwing like the couch on wheels?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
is.
much, yeah. It's got a heater, air conditioner, radio, everything.
Yep, and it's so comfortable for the
reverse.
passenger that they can fall asleep in that. Fall asleep, just completely be passed out on the back of this bike, no problem.
It's probably got
That's what I
heated
need.
seats.
They do have heated seats. The new ones come with heated grips standard. They have vents that you can redirect to your legs so that your legs will stay warm in the cold. But they also have other things you can direct cooler air so you can actually get air conditioning to it. Oh yeah, they got lots. They have the GPS. They have the GPS built in now.
Man, what? Just go buy a fucking Cadillac and just be done with it.
Exactly.
Isn't that like just like a car then? Like
It is. It's a car on two wheels.
Except they still have to lean. Now, if you went with a trike, then I'd say it was a Cadillac.
Well, when you say lean, it's like Hauler's bike. You're gonna be scraping a lot if you actually lean it.
That's exactly what they do. The guys that I ride with, they change out their pipes every couple of years because they scrape them up so bad. They get those bikes right down.
Hey, Holler, what are you actually scraping? Is it the foot peg or?
I usually, it depends on how far I go, how far I lean over.
So are you?
Most of the time it is my floorboard.
Okay.
And then I end up like that one where I almost low-sided here a couple weeks ago. I actually dug the frame into the pavement that I laid it over so far.
Yeesh.
And then if I lean too far to the left and I go past the point of scraping my floorboard on the left side, I've actually rubbed my primary cover on my bike so much that I'm going to have to get a new one soon. Otherwise, I'm going to pop a hole in it.
Oh, wow.
I've got it wore pretty fucking thin.
Cool guy.
I don't know. It's like I've said, I love cruisers and I love Harley Davidsons, but my body was actually built for a sport bike.
Hey, I love that scrape sound though. I watch your videos and
it is kind of fun, and it's a lot louder in the videos than it actually. I never even noticed it nearly as much when I was riding my cruiser.
Holler needs a new camera angle where we can see the sparks flying off.
That's what I'm working on. I'm trying to find. I don't have a mount for my session to mount it down low, and that's what I've been trying to find, a mount for that.
Do you have a frame that you can get like one of those bike mounts?
That's what I'm, because I've got the bike mount already. I've got everything there, but the frame isn't good enough for me to put the session down there. So I've got to find a different spot, and I don't think that bike mount will work.
Okay. Yeah, first time my buddy let me ride a Bolt, and so I took it around, and then I guess I was leaning a little too much taking a turn, and it scraped the peg, and it was the very first time ever scraping on a cruiser, and I was like, oh man, what happened? What, like I was nervous. I was like, what the hell happened? Like, is that supposed to do? And my buddy's like, yeah, it always happens. And then,
it really is. It's so loud.
The first time, man. Yeah, it was crazy. And then like I ended up scraping frame later on, like as soon as I started riding more. And when you scrape frame, it shoots you upwards. Like it tries to keep you upwards. Like that's a no-no.
Right there's my floorboard. That's what it's supposed to look like, and that's how thin it is now. You can see all the rubber.
Oh, you don't have yeah, you really need to get floorboards with scrape bars on them.
Yeah, and then, well, that's no fun. And then here's my primary.
They spark really nice, though.
You see all the scrapes on my primary cover right there? That's my primary cover. So that tells you how low I get this son of a bitch.
Hey, Peaches, unmute your mic.
And then the other side's even worse because I scrape on this side a lot more, so it's a lot thinner. This actually cut me the other day. It cut my leg. It's so sharp. And then right there's where I scrape the frame. See?
Well, the bike's totaled.
I get this motherfucker low. As I said, my body's built for a fucking sport bike. Is the way I ride this fucking Harley Davidson.
Yeah, he's calling me the fat ass. I'm not dragging frame.
my bike sits like 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah, when you have them lowered, that kind of happens.
And well,
I had to raise mine off. I had to raise mine up because it was too low.
But you were talking about wheeling a cruiser. That bike weighs 900 pounds, and I can get it to do a wheelie.
Wow.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well, he can get his up. He's made that clear to us now.
hey, my other friend though, he said he could wheelie his Goldwing, so that's
cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen guys wheelie Goldwings.
I'm about to YouTube that right now. Hold on.
They're usually, for the most part, if you want to have a really good wheelie, you have to change out the exhaust, and there's to give yourself a little bit extra horsepower and a little bit less weight. But yeah, he had that damn thing up in a wheelie, and I saw him do it, and I rode up to him beside him. I'm like, "Did you just do a wheelie?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "God damn it! I wasn't filming." My camera had just died, so I wasn't filming that. I'm like, "Damn it!" Yeah, no, it was a pathetic little baby.
Will be doing it soon enough.
Not on a Goldwing, I won't. Though honestly, I had a chance to look at a friend's Goldwing yesterday, and it's an 83 Goldwing. The thing was nice.
Oh, dude, it's possible.
They're ugly.
Damn.
The early '80s Goldwings are ugly as fuck.
Oh yeah, it was. But it was this one. He had it. It was nice. Like it looked. He had changed out a bunch of things on it, and I mean, it wasn't. I don't know how to describe it. I liked the look of the bike just because it wasn't the typical boxy looking Goldwing.
Well,
but it was a Frankenstein.
I know how to make Serafina wheelie that daggum bike. Just put a bee's nest in her bag.
I fucking hate you.
No, I wouldn't wish bees on anybody. I've had my fair share of them. Let's not go there.
Put a bee's nest in her backpack.
My bike might not survive a second attack of bees.
Bees suck on a bike.
They really do. That's why I dropped my FC this week. Well, last week.
You know what's worse than bees though is dragonflies, because they miss all your gear and hit you right in the damn Adam's apple every time.
Ouch.
I haven't had that yet, but the bee ended up going in my jacket and it stung me on my neck.
I tell you what's bad is when you ride in your four-wheeler and a damn bee gets stuck in your hair and you're going about 35 miles an hour snaking along the creek and you're sliding around on the floor.
How does that happen if you have a helmet on?
I don't wear helmets. No, I never wear them.
I will always wear my helmet.
Yeah,
100%.
always.
100%.
Yeah. Even a 10-mile-an-hour crash could kill you.
Yep. I mean, I've always wore helmets, but even on my bicycle, horse, didn't matter. I always had a helmet on.
My noggin is very important to me.
Yep.
Now, see, when I was a child, dude, that was back in the day before bike helmets were like a thing, and nobody put one on their kid, and it was a different era.
Shit, that's how I grew up. Fuck a helmet.
We didn't ever ride no damn helmets when I was growing up.
Now they're like, put a helmet on a pedal bike, and I'm like, really? I'm like, I guess you should do what they say, kids. I mean,
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that one because when I ride a bicycle, I don't usually wear a helmet. But on a motorcycle, it's different because it's like the bike keeps you consistently going at a certain speed.
Honestly,
you're going much faster.
I fucking hate the helmet debate. I can't stand it because.
Well, I mean, I get it now, especially as a motorcycle rider. But like as a kid, like that wasn't a thing.
Right, but I'm talking about even
guess
now
I'm just
as a motorcycler because my beliefs are always different from everybody else's. I don't believe you should have to wear a helmet. I believe it should be your own choice.
I agree.
If you want to wear a helmet,
I believe you should do whatever you want.
Wear a helmet.
That just helps the natural selection along. I mean,
but see, like that comment right there. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. If I don't want to wear a helmet, I don't need you pushing.
You don't have
on
to.
Me.
You don't have
to. Say, I don't need smart ass.
I just don't want it to affect my insurance rates.
Yeah.
And see, that's
in
another
Texas,
thing.
you can go without a helmet. In Texas, they don't require a helmet.
Right, but see, and that's the thing. Almost the whole United States is getting to the point where they don't require helmets, except for my fucking state, and they will not pass the no helmet law here.
Virginia requires you to wear a helmet, and I hate it.
I said almost.
Yeah, Michigan has a no helmet. We're a no helmet state. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm in the belief that if you don't want to wear a helmet, you should not be required to wear a helmet.
Well, I'm just under a belief that you shouldn't force anybody to do shit they don't want to do, and regardless of if it's a helmet or like other dumb shit.
That person's a grown person. Let them make their own decision for their own body.
Right.
Yeah. Hell, I could have taken the motorcycle test without a helmet. They had a waiver for it.
Well,
really?
That's just it. There should be an insurance waiver.
It is, but Texas, if you're a minor, that's a different story.
Yeah.
You are
have to
now
be-
required.
In
to wear a
Arkansas,
helmet.
you have to be 21, and after you turn 21, you don't have to wear a helmet.
You know what? I
If you don't
think
want
that's
to.
how it is here too. I think it's
I
a
think
21 kind of a
I
thing.
think that's just about everywhere. Is you have to be. It's either 18 or 21. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, here in Texas, I think it's like 17 and under requires the helmet.
Well, I know from riding ATVs, most people don't die from head injuries. It's the bodily injuries is what kills them.
Sure.
Or paralyzes them or gives them,
Sometimes, but then you got the whole head. You smack your head on the curb.
Yeah, no.
Well,
a head.
where we ride,
Well, I mean, if you're talking about ATVs, you're talking about four wheelers. You're talking about going up a hill and
Terrain.
in the damn four wheeler.
That's not riding with other cars.
Caller knows what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I've put my dirt bike in trees. I'm very glad to wear a helmet on the ORV trails. I'll tell you that right now, and some other gear pieces. They come in very handy.
Hey, I was nearly injured on a four-wheeler, but I was smart enough to get out of the way. I went up a hill, and it jumped, and then I flew off, and the four-wheeler was going to land on me, and I rolled out of the way. So
Did any of you guys see, I think it was Revzilla, they were like, think about your boots. Like the guy, he's riding along on his dirt bike, and next thing you know, he literally has a stick going straight through his leg and his boot, just gushing blood.
I've seen that video. That
Dude.
was nasty.
That just
Right?
confirms that Aussies are fucking thug life, dude.
Hey,
1,
'cause
2,
it's
3,
like-
think. All
it's
right,
like,
keep going.
fuck it, ride it home.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, I've rode ATVs for 36 years. I was a safety instructor for 5. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go tomorrow and get killed. But if you ride correctly and safely, you're not going to wreck on an ATV. I'm sorry. If you ride that thing the right way,
you won't if you're just like going.
Well, okay, don't get me wrong, and I get that. I'm not saying that you have to make mistakes, but shit happens sometimes.
Yeah,
like it
and-
gets rainy, and you don't realize it, and a rock is
You're
slippery.
right. You're
Or,
riding a
One of the
motorcycle.
things that I hate here is like all of our ORV, even the single track motorcycle trails are not one-way trails. So you have oncoming traffic while you're fucking trying to go rip through shit.
the biggest problem that we have on the Half Human Employee trails is people drinking alcohol. Bottom line,
Well, that's a good one too.
They're going to start checking coolers from here on out. That is the problem that they have.
See,
and it's a matter of
ATVs
their-
I'm still trying to figure out how that's a problem.
ATVs,
See, like, I feel like
dirt
our shit would
bikes.
be at least safer if it were a one-way circle and everybody's going the same direction. But to have oncoming traffic with your fucking thing going bop, 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 you're not going to hear oncoming people.
If I'm going to ride a four-wheeler, I have to wear a helmet because I get way too damn stupid.
Yeah, see, and
Well,
that's
the stick's hitting you in the face, though, too.
Yeah, I don't like.
Well, I start thinking I gotta jump it. Now I gotta do this.
Well, see, okay, that's okay. I agree with you there. Now, see, anytime I've ever ridden a dirt bike, I've always wore a helmet, always, because it's a dirt bike and they're fucking retarded.
Yeah,
Four-wheelers,
you like outgrow
I have
yourself
always
quickly. You're
worn-
like, oh, that was easy. I'm gonna go even harder now.
Now, four-wheelers, no, I did not.
No,
always
I
wear a
don't.
helmet.
No, I
hardly
don't
ever
do
wore a
jumps or
helmet on
anything like that.
four-wheelers. But because
Well, no, but I was going up a hill once on a four-wheeler, and I didn't have it, and it flipped backwards on top of me and my friend.
Yeah, anything with an engine. If I have a helmet, I'm gonna wear it.
And you know that's my whole thing about the whole fucking no helmet law or bullshit like that. If you want
But
to,
Holler knows what I'm talking about. When I say four-wheelers, he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm on the same path with Holler though. I don't think
if
any
you want to wear a
government
helmet,
should
wear a
require.
helmet. I applaud you for being safe and wearing a helmet. I applaud you. But do not come to me with your fucking attitude and your fucking bullshit if I decide that I don't want to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
One thing I love
that's
about
my whole
my
problem with the whole thing.
Hey Holler, one thing I love about my safety instructor's thing, I took the MSR course. He said Texas is the state where if you want to die, they'll let you do it. Basically, if you don't want to wear a helmet, go for it.
Right. I just don't.
Yeah.
I hate the.
Well, see, for Michigan, it was a bunch of the cruiser riders literally fighting to get the law for no helmets to get passed. They finally won. It took them like 12 years or some shit, but they fought to the death until they won.
Right, and that's the same thing that's happening here. The cruisers have been fighting for the no helmet law for every bit of 20 years, and they just still will not pass it.
Hey, I have a question for the people that don't wear a helmet. How do you like whenever you're riding down the highway, like do you just wear a bandana and safety glasses, or
most of now? I mean, I live in a state where I have to wear a helmet, but I do every now and again. If I don't want to wear my full face, I will wear my $15 fucking half shell.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
And with that, I have to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, you do need glasses.
I don't have to wear a bandana because usually you don't really eat as many bugs as you think you do, but I don't.
Here you would.
Well, hold on. We're talking about cruisers with big screens, so
not necessarily.
That's true.
My bike don't have a screen on it.
Sportsters do not have screens,
and my bike don't have a screen on it.
And my V-Star doesn't have a screen either.
But, yeah, how do you manage to like keep like the bugs or just even the air? I don't know. It's just
I wear a full face helmet.
The bugs are the worst because they hurt like hell, man.
Honestly, I never noticed getting like the occasional bug I would get hit in the face with. I noticed I find that I get hit more with the full face helmet than I did before.
Well, it's not that. This is the way I see it is. I rode almost my whole life wearing a half shell helmet. And then I wear a full face for vlogging and shit. And every now and again, when I go back to my half shell, I feel the bugs. I'd rode so long that I never felt the bugs anymore. They probably hit me. I just didn't feel them. Now that I wear a full face and then I go back to my half shell, I feel them. Do they bug me? No. I feel shit. They hit me. Oh well. But they don't. But I do feel it a lot more than I used to.
Hey AJ, at 130, it feels different.
That's what I'm saying. Like any sport bike riders here that don't wear a helmet, I do want their intake.
Right. Even the rain hurts. Even 90 miles an hour.
Dude, fucking rain hurts at 20 miles an hour.
Rain is just a bastard.
I went through that yesterday. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, like because you're riding.
That shit feels like hail.
It does. It's like you're getting shot with BB guns.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. In between the leather and everything else, the rain doesn't seem to bother me much.
Oh, yeah,
yes. You're wearing a full leather. Go out and ride around.
Bare arms?
Yeah, well, no, I'm okay on that.
I don't go bare arms, but I have that whole mesh jacket, and the rain gets through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about go out there and just ride with nothing, just a t-shirt.
See, I got caught yesterday in a storm without my jacket. And my arm, because the rain was coming this way, my arm was red from getting pelted.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean, we had like 60, 70, 80 mile per hour winds yesterday. And me trying to do 50, dude, it hurt. I mean, it was so bad that you know how you get wind buffeting, like especially off of trucks and shit? It hits you. Dude, this wind was hitting the bike. It was kicking the bike out from underneath me.
That's when you have to
experience it. That was sketchy as fuck.
That's funny. When that happens to me, I go into a full tuck just to
get
away from that crap.
I did, and it wasn't helping because the wind was so extreme.
No, I'm talking about just the pelting of the rain.
Oh, well, it was horizontal rain, so it wasn't doing anything. I wasn't going head on. It was coming in sideways.
I just go faster.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I just find the nearest place to hide under.
But I wasn't a bitch. I wanted to get home.
Yeah, I just keep going at that point.
You know what?
Miserable. Just go.
You know what? You know what about
I was just committed. I was committed. I wanted to get the fuck home.
I've only done it a couple of times, and usually it was just long enough to get my gear on.
I was this close to letting the storm pass through, but I just wanted to get the fuck home. I almost sat under an underpass, but I was like,
well, the reason
there's a Prius here. I'm gonna keep going.
The other reason we sat under that overpass was because we did see lightning.
Oh, right.
Well, there was tons of lightning.
Lightning doesn't scare me.
I'm not a big fan of it.
You're sitting on rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when you can't see a damn thing.
What scares me is hail and heavy winds.
Ask Sir Berg about that sometime.
I think the most dangerous thing is the visor fogging up. I think that's more dangerous than anything.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
It's just if it's like heavy rain, then I can't see at all. Like if I can't see like that, that's a big issue for me. But
I'm working on a video from yesterday, and you'll see because we have so much dust that my buddy was riding behind me. He wished he had a GoPro because you see me run through some dust and I just disappear.
Oh wow!
Like it was like some Into the Mist shit.
Yeah. the visor's fogging up. That is an issue in the winter here.
Well, dude, that's an issue for me always. I don't know what it is.
I have that shoey.
I got a showy.
Yeah.
Even at 80 degrees here, my shit fucking fogs up.
It's the fucking humidity, Ehart.
Well,
It's the same problem I have here.
What's pretty cool is that they have those inserts, the anti-fog.
No, I have that.
Those inserts are stupid. They are not the answer.
I don't know. You have a shoey though, Ehart, right?
Yeah, I got showy.
I will
Showy,
this,
yeah.
though.
I got the same thing. It still fogs up.
Really? Because I got a HAC and then I think it's a FG17.
Okay.
And I got the fog insert. And
AJ, in the winter, there's a certain time, dude, it'll still fog up, even with the insert. I have the same insert.
Yeah, it's like that fog insert works wonders.
You can't see crap.
Okay, how
you
well
guys
can you
tried
see at
putting
night
the-
with the insert? It doesn't cause you any issues at night?
At me? Nope, not at all.
All I know is Icon's fucking anti-fog visors are fucking amazing. They work. They really do. Oh, absolutely.
Even
that's why I
Icon?
don't wear another helmet. That's why I only wear Icon because.
No, I'll tell you the best one I've ever used, Scorpion. As far as the shield goes, dude, that thing never fucking fogged ever.
My Scorpion sometimes does, but not very often.
Yeah, but you're in
I guess
Canada
it,
where it's fucking
it depends on where you live.
30 degrees.
Yeah, that's
zero.
Yeah, and I do ride at those temperatures. I don't care.
Oh, I do too.
I think the lowest I've ridden was 27 degrees.
Yeah, I won't go that low.
Lowest?
Right?
My truck has a heater in it.
Yeah, that was when the roads were icy.
Oh, I saw that video, man. You guys like tanked.
Yeah.
Dude, you went way too hard on that front brake. man.
Oh no! Oh, right there. It wasn't. I didn't touch the brakes. What happened is you know how I was trying to coast it, and so what I did is I killed the throttle, meaning like it's engine braking. I didn't know that at the time because I looked at the video. I'm like, I know if you start sliding out, don't touch the brakes at all. You just coast it. But I didn't give it gas, so ended up engine braking, and then I.
Oh, it looked like you were trying to slow down, like you hit that front brake.
No, I didn't touch the
See,
brakes.
I thought, don't get me wrong, even engine braking, I thought you didn't want to do that too quickly. That when it's wet, you just don't want to do anything too quickly.
Yeah, no, in that moment I saw that ice and I was like, okay, don't give it gas, but don't touch the brakes. And then I guess it was too fast, so it just started engine braking and
He was on a bridge too, where it was like iced up.
Oh yeah, that's worse.
Yeah.
The coldest that I can remember riding in was 24 degrees.
Wow.
Oh God, I wouldn't do it.
I actually was not just a.
It's pretty cool.
That's
Actually.
the one that I remember. Like because that was last year, January the 13th for Port Dover. We rode up to Port Dover. It's like I said, an hour and a half away, and quite a few people made it. Though we didn't stay very long because some people who stayed longer ended up having to come back for their bikes the next day because they froze to the ground. Oops.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done the lowest I've ever gone. It's like 48, and I was like, never again.
You know, the fun part is
I used to be that hardcore guy that I'm a Harley rider, I'm tough, I'll ride all year long, and I'm telling you right now.
Is that what they say, Holler?
Oh fuck yes. You ride
because I see Harleys parked in garages and carports, dude.
No,
I never see them running.
Around here, we've got mostly fucking Harley guys, and the guys are like hardcore. I ride all year long, and I used to do that. I used to ride in fucking 10 degree weather. No, I didn't give a shit.
I see more sumo riders riding through the winter than I do.
Right.
Harleys.
We had this conversation the other day on your video.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
40
man.
years old. I'm not riding in no fucking cold no more. Fuck you. If it ain't 60 degrees outside, that bike can sit.
I
My
also-
truck has a heater.
I also did cheat though a little bit with my trips because I do have heated gear.
Well, you have to.
Well, now see, I have a heated jacket, and that still wasn't enough.
Yeah, I
was still like, never again.
I had-
Can't wait till I move to Arizona and like below 60 is like not even going to be a thing anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it will. In the winter, Arizona gets cold as hell.
We get down. We get into the teens.
It gets real cold.
Yeah, what's the lowest in Arizona in wintertime?
Yeah, well, it depends on where you're at. If you're in the desert, you'll actually could catch snow and freeze.
I grew up in Tucson for 18 years. We snowed 2 times.
You poor bastards.
I know, right?
You know what though? Like
It's stressful.
where I live,
I'll send you
it's-
some pictures in case you missed it.
It's hit or miss where I live. Like we had this year was just a write-off. It was just terrible.
This one
But-
was for us too.
Oh yeah, it was so bad. But I mean, before that, like the last couple of years, we've been there wasn't maybe 2
Fairly
weeks
mild.
where I couldn't ride.
No, this fucking past winter was bad for everybody.
Oh, it was so bad.
I mean, it was bad in Texas.
Not everybody.
Yeah, shut up.
Chester.
Jester, the next time you make a comment like that, I'm coming to visit during the winter. I'm just saying.
Okay, come to visit during the winter. Everybody else does.
Yeah, and I'll
All
stay
the
there
other
for. I'll
fucking
stay there.
Canadians show up.
Oh yeah, they do.
The 4-wheelers. How's that?
Do it. God damn.
I want to race Jester on his little 80cc.
Bring it.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Full mile a buck. How's that?
I picked the trail. Let's go.
No,
Come on.
No. You have a home advantage then.
Hey, you know what, Jester? I'll give you an hour.
Arizona is home advantage.
an hour head.
No.
You're pretty
Yeah.
confident, Elisa.
Mine can go places his can't.
Watch me.
Oh.
I've got 8 granny gears, Jester.
I don't care. I could pick the goddamn thing up and carry it. I could go more places than you can.
Okay, Giant. God damn.
I can just see it now. You're picking up the bike and running as fast as you can with it.
I ran out of gas.
That doesn't surprise me because I always took Jester as like a really tall person, but like when I actually
over
met him
6
in
feet.
person, good God, he's like enormous.
Mhm.
He's so tall. Indy made me feel short, but Jester made me feel like a midget.
You are a midget.
Hey, shut your mouth, Holler.
Accept it.
You're not much
Accept
taller
it.
than me. Shut your mouth.
I missed Jester at SEMM.
I didn't
You
go.
didn't go
I wasn't
last
able to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, some shit went down. I wasn't able to make it.
I knew you were on your way.
I was packed up, and then some shit went south. And I'm really glad that I didn't because the bike was still not running right.
I think you were in like San Diego at the time or something like that, right?
No,
You were doing something for business, and you were gonna like make your way that way.
no, that's somebody else.
Oh,
Getting confused.
yeah.
It sucks because they announced that SCMM is going to be at the Desert Lodge again, and I thought it was going to be in some different location.
That's what he was saying, that they were picking a different venue. But
Yeah, a bigger one, but I guess
was
it
supposed to be nicer.
He was trying, but there were complications.
So Desert Lodge, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. And we've got our room half paid off, so I gotta send some more money.
All I
Are you
know is
saying that
it's going to be
travel
a
or
hell of a
crossing?
fucking party on Friday night.
Are you
It
going,
better be
Holler?
Holler. It's gonna be your birthday,
It's going to be my fucking birthday, so
Are
we're
you
party like rock stars.
man.
And one way or the other,
Yeah, I
me and
won't stay
Sean
at the
are,
Desert Lodge.
yeah, one way or the other, me and Sean are definitely getting married when we're down there. Even if I have to come back home.
Hey,
We're doing
isn't
it.
Arson ordained?
Ehard, are you going
Yeah,
again?
he's the one who's doing the ceremony.
I'll be your waiting photographer.
Bro, it's a moto vlogger meetup. I'm sure everybody's going to be the fucking photographer.
You're right.
You're going to have 18 different camera
Cameras,
angles
drones.
from 35 different people.
GoPros. You're right. You're right.
Ehard, are you going
And
again?
that's not to mention everybody that's
Yeah.
got the drones.
Yeah. And we just have to ask everybody, please send it to us. And then it's going to be hilarious because I'm going to have Sean edit 2 videos. One for the family and one for everybody else.
See, I would say, as you guys are leaving,
one for the channel and one for the family.
All right.
I was going to say, I would say that when you guys are going to leave, do a roll and burnout, but we want you to lay your bike down again.
Not that I know how to do it anyways.
Shots fired.
I mean,
I'm sure you'll figure it out by then.
You know what? I think I've done a couple of them, like really tiny ones, like for like one spin of the wheel, and I did it by accident, and it was so much fun. I'm gonna have to actually practice that.
Practice it, yeah. Practice
awesome, right?
That's what I'm trying to do on the snow bike, rolling burnouts.
Well, what happened was I was revving the engine up at somebody, and all of a sudden the back end spun the wheel and it swung over sideways, and I'm like, huh. Okay, well that wasn't what I meant to do, but
What's funny about that is every time I go around a corner, I purposely do that shit.
Yeah, it's fun.
I drift my bike around corners all the time.
Hey, Holler, are you gonna make a SCMM?
Because Serafina and her man are coming with me.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Are you driving, riding, or flying out there?
They're gonna meet me at my house, and we're gonna load their bikes up on the trailer, and I'm driving.
Awesome. And because we're doing it with the wedding, he can use that as an excuse to take a paid leave of absence.
True.
Hey, so Holler, any word about the bike or whatever you're planning on getting?
That is still in the works. So we'll see what happens. It's kind of it's a big stretch.
Tentative.
It's a big stretch if this is going to happen or not.
I wish
I'm
I
not
could
telling
make
anybody what it is.
that because now I want to meet Holler. Damn it.
That's fine. I just need to know if.
Oh no! Even if the trailer I've got, I was doing measurements on it. It's an enclosed pull behind. I could fit your bike in there too.
Yay!
Sweet.
So we'll make you drive for the last leg of it.
Yeah. Hey, Prairie Boy, I am ready to watch you do a wheelie.
You need to get your ass there. Just do it.
He just needs to make a video of doing a wheelie.
Yeah.
Well, I've done a couple, like just little baby wheelies, but
hey, if the rubber leaves the road, it's a wheelie.
That's it, wheelie. You've done a wheelie. Yeah. Couple inches, you've done a wheelie.
I've done it once by total accident.
I think I was actually on the hangout with you when you did that.
Oh, when I was giggling like a schoolgirl? Yeah.
I remember.
I was so pissed when I wasn't recording. So pissed.
But at least you had evidence because
finally.
I was there. That was cool. You were really giggling like a schoolgirl. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And it had the typical sound.
Man, so almost everybody in this panel is going to be at SCMM.
Oh yeah.
Prairie's being a bitch though.
I'm being a bitch. I'm being poor. That's what I'm doing.
You could always walk there.
I mean, if it wasn't,
hitchhike over there. That'd be a nice story.
Start a Patreon.
I couldn't go. I wouldn't be able to go if it wasn't for Serafina and the nerd.
Yeah, if there was someone around me that wanted to go down and we could split costs or something like
Bro,
that.
you filthy and fucking leaky can all flip together.
There you go. You got 6'4" Honda, man.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that dude.
He's as far away from me as SCMM is.
He's closer to me.
Yeah.
Isn't he moving to California anyways, or trying to, or
He's
something?
talking about it, and it's so funny. His idea was, well, we're trying to buy a house, and then we're going to work out the details on actually being able to move there afterwards. Like, really? You probably should work on both
right.
things.
You can kind of do that in the U.S. So
Yeah. You can live there for what is the limitation? 6 months or something like that?
6 months, yeah.
Yeah, but then of course they're like, well, we need to do a GoFundMe and do this because, goddamn, $1 million for a crappy piece of house.
Well, that's California.
California.
He could move where Holler lives, and $1 million could be the richest man in the whole freaking state.
And I'll tell you this: in California, $1 million is getting you a fucking shack.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Hell, if he moved to Kentucky, they say you can see from one border to the next, you can see the whole state, right? You would see his house, or Kansas. Sorry, Kansas. You would see his house in the middle of that.
Okay. Now wait, stop.
I think you're
in Kansas. I live in Missouri.
Oh, I thought you were Kansas. Damn it.
He's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Get it right, Victory. Get it right.
Screwed it up. Damn it.
Fail.
All right, it's a fail. All right.
No,
Hurry
because
boy, edit that out.
relates Kansas City. It just pisses me off.
Hey,
But no, you are correct about Kansas.
There's nothing wrong with Kansas. My grandfather was born in Kansas. He's the one that told me about that. If you could see one side of the state all the way to the other side.
Yeah, because see, like whenever you're in Kansas City, Missouri, and you cross the border into Kansas, you have hills, you have trees until you leave Kansas City, Kansas, and then you hit the flatlands, and that's where it is all the way across Kansas. It's just flatlands.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a very interesting place to live.
Yeah, Missouri is the show me state.
Yes, Missouri is the show me state. Show me them movies.
All right. Prove it.
Yeah, and I hear I'm gonna get stuck in Ohio soon enough.
Major choice.
Have fun with that.
LeBron James.
15-minute warning. Sadness.
Oh man, Prairie Boy.
Did he say 15-minute warning?
Yeah.
15 minutes, yeah.
It's barely 11:17.
Have y'all not been sitting there watching him? He's fucking tired as shit. Like,
fucking yawning way over here. Yeah.
I've been watching him for like 15 minutes. He's like, eyes are like getting heavy as hell.
Yeah. It's a long day, and I got another long day tomorrow.
Just weird seeing you not in your living room.
I know, right? I've been meaning to build like a computer desk and shit and get all my stuff up here, and I finally got it built. So, yeah.
I'm using my recording desk because I don't do any recording anymore. But I got to get some lights, and I want to build a backdrop and hide all this shit.
Sounds good. Sounds like good plan right there.
Hey, Jester, why don't you record anymore?
Just don't.
Lost interest?
Yeah, I mean, I had all the gear to do the recording. I had a buddy that I was recording, then just stopped hanging out and whatnot. So I ended up just doing more live shit and didn't need all the gear. So I mean, I had like $5,000 in gear, and as you could tell, right there is all my sound treatment stacked up. So.
All right.
But I just ended up flipping all the shit. Now I got a basic little, my like first interface that still works. So.
All right. So remind me, you're in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that one right.
That's right. I'll be hitting Arizona next year, so.
Are you? Are you gonna be going down to Tucson again, or?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be hitting Phoenix, so.
Oh, are you? Sweet.
Jester, how far do you live from Peoria again?
I'm like 15, 20 minutes from.
Damn, that's not far at all.
From like Timoges.
That's not far at all.
It's just like straight east.
I'll be living like a block away from him.
Yeah.
Nice. Enjoy that summer.
When I went down there last month, I think the highest it got up to was like 31 or something like that. And that just, I mean, it was hot, but it was not near as bad because it wasn't like suffocating hot. Like it wasn't.
It's not humid.
Right.
Yeah.
And Phoenix is known.
It is now.
They're known for those dust storms too, so be careful with that.
Y'all had one recently, I think, didn't you?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
A couple days ago. Today. This has actually been a very, very wet monsoon, and it's only been 2 days.
What'd you say, Peaches?
Nothing.
She's high. Hi, Peaches.
Okay.
Hi, Peaches. Say
Peaches
something.
reminds me of that little mouse on Furby Goes.
Fuck up.
Wow,
I love it. It's so cute.
About the same distance, Indy. Fucker.
And you have to stop
Andy.
responding
Andy
to that. Makes them too happy.
Isn't it past Indy's bedtime?
Yeah.
When has Indy ever had
Debatable.
an actual set bedtime?
Gosh.
One night he'll be asleep by 9 o'clock. The next night he'll be up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
And
Who's to say that he's even in bed? He's in the garage right now with his fucking bike, humping the exhaust pipe.
He's out there sitting
Probably.
butt ass fucking naked on that fucking bike, just jerking all over that tank.
Hey,
I don't think so. He has roommates.
Don't judge
so I
him.
don't know.
I do want to get a KTM decal and just slap it on the back of his bike, though.
I do want to ride on the bike naked once at least.
Whoa.
It's on my bucket list.
Just don't crash.
Just do it.
No, yeah, like just go to the store or just like back roads, but like ride naked.
Yeah, because it's nice having that skin, dude.
Yeah, no, like a short ride, like 2-3 minutes, and then I can cross that off my bucket list.
Well, go do it. Go do it right now. You fucking
Oh,
sissy.
man.
What?
No balls. No balls.
All right, Prairie.
I'll have them out.
is here. We need like another hour. Sorry.
I'll have them out for sure.
Are you scheduling the cutoff time, or are you just picking a time to kill it?
I'm killing it in 8 minutes.
No, he's not. He's kidding.
Well, we got the after party.
It's been like a year.
Yeah, I'll leave it running so you guys can keep chatting. I'm going offline.
Yeah, there's a 5-minute after you get off, right?
Oh no, the after party's forever.
Yeah.
No,
that
yeah,
party-
it keeps going.
The after party's till the last person leaves.
Oh. I thought it was the guy hosting it or the person hosting it. After they leave, it's a 5-minute mark.
It stops recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Which is when all the worst of all
Yeah,
of us.
so when he goes off air,
behind
then
the scenes, yeah.
The behind the scenes is the best.
Yeah.
There you go. This is what you're gonna look like when you ride your bike. Just saying. Look at those images.
Here, hold on. Let me see.
All right, I gotta check it out.
it says
Let me check it
redirect notice.
Damn it!
Damn.
Oh, it's
She trying to spam us.
oh, it says banned because I love it.
No. Check the first link, not the second one. The first link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I literally do not want to wear anything except the helmet.
There's no way.
The other guy, the second one had he was sitting there. You can't really see the thong.
You are not going to be doing that in Arizona.
Now, wait a
No,
minute,
he's
now,
in Corpus.
have
You would
ever heard
leave
of,
skin on the seat.
Have you never heard of guys doing polar bear rides where they basically ride butt ass naked during the winter?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
That sounds
That's harsh.
horrifying, actually.
Harsh, actually.
The
I
guy,
like taking ice baths, so it'll be something like that.
What the
So
fuck is wrong with you?
All right. Hey, dude, I'll record you. I'm gonna like close my eyes. All right.
you don't want to do that, man. You gotta pay attention to the road.
um,
Hey, where's Ride of Victory? He was recording me. Oh shit!
Oh shit! He's off the road.
this guy that I sent the photo to, he actually goes to Port Dover every single event and always wears a thong. It doesn't matter whether it's -4 degrees or 90 degrees. Doesn't matter. He's always there, and you'll be walking through there during during the summer months when it's crunched in. All of a sudden, you'll just see people parked for him because they don't want to be touching him.
What is that thing called? It's like a banana thong or a banana.
I don't know. He
Banana
wears
hammock.
a different. He wears a
banana hammock or something like that.
Yeah, he wears a different. He wears a different. He wears usually like 1 or 2 different outfits. Like last year, his was a thong with the chaps and a vest and a whip.
Damn.
Yeah, that was last year's.
That's actually a great idea. If you don't feel like socializing, you don't want to like talk to anybody. Just go naked or wear that.
I don't feel
Nobody
like
will mess with
socializing,
you.
so I'm gonna go out in
but
public socially and like Be naked in front of everybody.
Nobody
That's a good
mess
idea.
with you. They don't want to come near you.
I mean, I do that when I drink tequila.
The thing is,
Try taller.
that's actually not that doesn't actually happen with this guy. This guy actually gets a lot of attention.
Oh, then okay. I thought they were
He
trying
gets
to like, avoid him. Okay.
No, he gets a lot of fucking. It's basically everybody considers him a staple. If he's not there, it's not a Port Dover.
Well, I would hope that it's not like a normal thing.
Well, don't forget we're in a society of acceptance. So.
No,
wait, where's
it's a regular
Port
thing.
Dover? Is that in Canada?
Yes, it's in Ontario.
Okay, I've heard about this thing, and some people are trying to get me to come to it. Should I be scared or?
No. They want you to go this week. This week?
Well, they were talking about it like a month or two ago. Like, this is one of the things that I should come do. You guys should come, da-da-da-da-da. Because I was also talking about, like, just in general. So, like, over the winter, I was like, you know, I want to do a little bit of stuff in Canada. I mean, really, Toronto's only 5 hours from me. I can be in Canada in an hour.
Well, if you can make it to Port Dover, there's going to be over 200,000 bikes there on Friday.
Nice.
Okay. But I was listening to your story, and I was just like, wait. Should I be afraid?
No, he's just the one dude out of so many. But I mean, it's just funny when you
out of so many. There's
like he really is. He's just one dude. But he's so well known that I was wearing a Port Dover shirt when I went to the grocery store a couple of days afterwards, and got chatting. And the girl looked at me, and she's like, "Was he there? And what was he wearing?" And I looked at her and I smiled. I'm like, yes, he was there, and he was wearing a little gold jacket and a matching gold thong.
It's so cool because for the Tale of the Dragon, you know, there's these photographers that are taking pictures, and I went to the Smoky Crawl Mountain with Johnny Rise and Jess, and they ended up taking a picture of a chick on a Grom with bra and panties. I thought it was pretty cool. It was funny, but I was like, how did they let her ride like that?
Honestly, they really kind of don't. They just they go through there and they do things to pose, in a sense, for the camera people.
Yeah, I hear you.
there's pull off shortly before and shortly after, and actually, like on the tail, there's like 3 or 4 different sections that all have cameras on them. You just pick whatever camera guy or turn that you're liking, and you just keep rolling back and forth. You can go up to him, talk to him and everything, and he'll make sure to get you some good shots. And
yeah, they're pretty interesting guys.
Barry, you see Dark's comment?
Oh my god. Hashtag jelly shots.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm assuming you want the cereal, not the jelly shots.
Hey, somebody's asking what in God's name is that chomping sound?
I don't know.
Somebody is chomping or something.
Oh, I'm playing. I have a Rubik's Cube. I don't know if
that's probably it.
That's probably it. Yeah.
Can you hear that? Like,
oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that. All right, I'll put it down.
It sounds like somebody's chewing on something.
Bro, get that ADD under control there, dude.
It's just I gotta be messing with something.
Fidget spinner.
Yeah, they're quieter.
No, I don't. Some of them are.
Here, I'll put it down. I have a fidget ring. That's pretty cool. Can you hear it?
Nope.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
This is the difference between a millennial and us.
Right?
I gotta go do some.
I gotta do something with my hands.
What do I do with my hands? Put him down.
Yeah, when we were kids, it's like, stop fidgeting, whack.
Yeah, you got smacked.
Yeah. No, they would say,
now you don't get
outside,
smacked.
come back when it's dark.
Safe place.
All right, time to cut it off.
Now the real party starts.
All right.
So,
I gotta refill my drink.
For Port Dover, I think if you're 5 hours away from Toronto, Toronto's about 2 hours.
All right, trying to cut the story off.
Yeah, I want to say Port.
All
right, bye, guys.
Thanks for having me here, guys.
Thanks for coming up.